evening and welcome to the Renaissance Men 2021 Christmas Spectacular, available on YouTube, Twitch and Twitter. I am your host, Stuart Coward, and joining me this week are my good brothers, Seddon, Lacey, Jimmy, and a returning Mideon.
He's back.
Got a little bit awkward there, but Mid, it's lovely to see you. Lovely to see you, and not an M.
Stay back. This is the first time I've been in the flesh, I think.
Yes, and it's an absolute delight. Mid,
I'm not here for
welcome.
long. I've just bought a few presents. Not this. This is
Settle down, right?
Don't cue yourself.
Reminds me of
Christmas
so
show.
many family Christmases.
Mid, how have you been, my friend?
Yeah, I've been good. I can't remember how long I've been gone because I've not been gone to you guys because I speak to you every day anyway. So
Yes, always in our
I've
hearts.
just been gone from here. Yeah. So yeah, it's been okay. I've finished work now for 2 weeks, so
Happy days.
we're all ready for Christmas.
Lovely stuff. And it is, of course, we may not be recording this on Christmas Eve. I've given up the illusion now, haven't I?
Or are we?
Well, it is. It is Christmas Eve if you're watching this. It's like WWF of the '80s, isn't it? Dare we break the illusion? Well, I have now, so it's gone. It's like Vince, to be honest, he's given up. Yeah, so this is Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas, one and all. It is the Renaissance. I'm thinking of this as like a Christmas party, to be honest. Got some peanuts and some booze. So what more could you want?
Hey.
I presume Jimmy and I are going to end up in a cupboard later. That's what I'm hoping for, anyway.
Well, you know, whatever fills your
Can't
pants.
have any of those peanuts left as well because for the first 20 minutes, me and Jimmy were just sitting there watching you eat peanuts.
Yeah.
Loves his peanuts.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Like a chimpanzee just shoving
Was
into
it
a
a
mouth.
singular peanut at a time? Was it like just watching kind of someone have a breakdown as they eat one peanut, another peanut?
Oh dear. Well, it wouldn't be the first person to have a breakdown at Christmas. Think of Arthur Fowler, for example.
Classic,
God.
absolutely classic.
Yeah, the classic TV breakdown. Seddon, how are you?
Yeah, not bad, mate, not bad. Getting ready for Christmas. Got a sparkly reindeer
amazing.
affair on for the occasion.
Christ.
So I'd love to say, and this is Christmas Eve, I'd love to say I've got all my presents so far, but some are still on their way and hopefully won't get lost before they get here or won't get stopped in some sort of COVID-based apocalypse. But no, everything's going good, mate.
Good. Lacey, how are you, mate?
Wonderful. I have Jack Daniels,
Oh,
which makes everything better.
it does. Doesn't it?
And I'm not in a black t-shirt for the first time in
mate.
ages.
No. Merry
Being
Sith. Mate.
festive.
Yeah, it
Being
is.
festive.
Yep. But with a an evil side too.
Exactly.
You know, it's very
You know,
unique.
I've got a gimmick to live up to.
Lovely to have you, mate. Jimmy, finally, how are you?
I'm good. Look, I'm celebrating Christmas in style with a Santa's mug and some prosecco. I got my booster. I got
yes.
boosted this week on the Wednesday. Felt fine last night. Felt a little bit ropey. Thought I had COVID, but today I feel fine. So I think I'm all right. So Christmas is here. Loving the Christmas. Me and my family have decided to do the traditional hiding away in your house until Christmas so you don't die. Does anyone do that tradition? That tradition's been going the last couple of years.
Yeah.
It feels good, doesn't it? Just quickly, Stu, are you slugging straight out of a bottle of Schlor there?
No. It's called Rattler.
That's all right. Then. Sorry,
that's
just for a minute,
dangerous.
I thought you were going for like faux pish wine that isn't really wine and drinking like a wino
Cornish
about the
cider.
alcohol.
Cornish cider. Yeah, isn't it about 7%?
I don't know. Should I probably should.
We'll find out in about 20 minutes.
4.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're good. Because
Because I was in Newquay once on a stag do, and there was a chap there, and I won't say his name, but he speaks like that. He's like, "Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right." And you're like, "Yeah, I'm fine." But he got obsessed with Rattler when we were there. Rattler, 2 Rattlers. Give me another Rattler. He's drinking all his Rattler. And some of my friends found him on the beach at night, like on the sand with the tide coming in.
Just
And
rolled
he was a
in closer
big
to the
fucker.
water and went off.
Yeah. It was easier. It was easier to get rid. But yeah, he was a big old bloke, and they had to wake him up before he drowned. Yeah.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Okay, now. Speaking of Cornwall, he's Cornish, isn't he? Jethro died, didn't he? Poor old Jethro, famous Cornish comedian, passing this week. Any fans of Jethro on the show?
I just thought he was long dead. I didn't realise he died.
Yeah,
this week.
I
thought
presume.
he'd gone about a decade ago.
Yeah, fair play.
When they stopped showing his fucking DVDs on the telly, I thought he'd gone.
Did he get DVDs? I thought he was still on VHS.
It probably was
Because in Cornwall, that's what they're still watching, isn't it? John Simmons from the Galaxy Heads texted me saying Jeffro's dead. I said, when? He said, soon. I was like, okay, I don't know if he's dead or not. But never seen any of his stuff.
No, Jethro seemed to be. For me, all my friends' dads seem to like Jethro. I don't know what it is, but he was a dad's comedian, wasn't he?
I equate it as comedy for a certain age. And it
Yeah.
wasn't our age. Yeah.
There with the chubby Browns and that level of smut humour.
Yeah. Well, rest in peace, Jethro. Merry Christmas. Right.
May you burn in hell.
Right, okay, it's Christmas time. So, Seddon, you mentioned presents. Obviously, you're concerned that maybe you might not be able to get some sent out. Was that your thought?
They've been ordered. I just don't think they're going to get here.
Right. Well, we have.
As long as mine have got here, though. That's I just want that on record.
Oh no,
Everyone else can have theirs after fucking Christmas.
Well,
not one.
good, because we have decided to partake in a secret Santa between us all. The rules being that it was going to be pop based. Obviously, Seddon, as you can see, Pop's in the background. I think Pop's
Jimmy's the dad of or like the dad of the pop.
The OG,
session, though, isn't he? Yeah,
OG
pop
Pop.
man. Yeah,
I started it.
Yeah. So how are we going to do this one by one, or how are we going to do this?
Let's just check. Have we all got one first?
Yep.
I mean, that alone, that's a fucking miracle, isn't it? The fact that us five managed to arrange getting a secret Santa out to each of us, and to go behind the scenes, not without some problems along the way, though. The concept of secret seemed to be lost on some people in this group, but
Don't ruin the magic, Seddon. Don't ruin the magic. Can I just say something before you carry on, Stu? Like,
yes,
I've shot myself in the foot because the last 2 years, I've bought my wife because we got into pops together.
Yeah.
I wanted to do an advent calendar of pops and buy like 24 pops. But the first year, I think I bought about 7 and interspersed it with chocolate and things. And then the next year was a bit more. This year, I think I bought about 18 pops for her advent.
You're getting there, aren't you? Not quite committed yet.
But that's like £180 before she's even had her Christmas present.
Why are you realising this now?
And do you know how she opens them up?
with her
That was
teeth.
cool. Anyway, what do you want for breakfast? I'm like, it might as well be nothing. It might as well be nothing. Don't care. There's too many. What's the saying?
One
Early bird
chocolate,
catches
get
the
enough.
The wife just came in and stuck her finger up at me.
Oh, there you go.
That's the saying. That's the saying.
That's the saying.
Shut the fuck up, husband. That's the saying.
I was joking, darling.
Right. Anyway, okay. Should we just go like top left, round the houses? Seddon, do you want to do yours?
I was thinking I can see myself in the top left, but I don't know if everyone else is seeing me in the top left. Right.
We'll go
I've got
Seddon,
a box.
Lacey, mid, Jimmy. I'll go last.
And I've even obscured my address. I should be better at doing this as I do it
Because of all the fans coming round.
Yeah.
I don't know at what point, if at all, we say who sent it. I guess.
No,
Never. It's a secret
remain
Santa.
Okay, what you?
Fucking hell.
Understand it.
Yet again, the secret concept is escaping the boy.
Are we doing Yankee swap?
That sounds dirty.
Sounds like a public school thing. Like, I'm not too
No,
aware
it's from the American Office, isn't it? Where Michael wants to swap presents.
Yeah.
He's on the ship. Because he's got an oven glove.
Oh, it's got nice tissue paper on it.
Lovely.
Oh.
Oh, hello. Someone Someone knows stuff that I've got and stuff that I don't have. Thank you very much, Santa. This is God. They've wrapped it well as well. Whoever Secret Santa is someone who can get into the menage a trois of my Zootropolis characters.
Nice.
Mr. Big.
Mr. Big. Was what was he? Was he a ferret? I can't remember what he was, or a mole or something.
I know, but he's going to be snuggled up in between Judy and Nick later. There's going to be all manner of gubbins going on with all them later.
I always kind of envisaged him as like a Martin Scorsese type style character. You know,
for some reason,
yeah.
I thought you were going to say I envisaged him just watching them rather than getting involved. I was going, you thought about this more than I did, mate. Thank you very much. I'm really pleased with that. Thank you, Santa.
Someone might be trying to say something, said, by getting you Mr. Big.
It's a bad day for Mr. Big, though, isn't it? Because isn't it the day when that fella called Big in Sex and the City's been done for sex scandals?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's no connectivity there whatsoever, yeah.
Brilliant. Lacey, I see you there, brandishing your knife.
God, you've got one hell of a knife there, mate. Jesus.
That's a small one.
For what?
Set of cleavers.
It's like he's just about to carve the turkey straight afterwards.
Yeah. Get back on your TV show. Chop that turkey.
Sandy Claus.
That's a goodie.
I like that. That goes well with my other Nightmare Before Christmas ones. Thanks, Santa. It's like you know me well.
I'll obscure the address, but it says it's from Chris Lacey, so I'm going to say knowing who Secret Santa is lost on me, unfortunately. My Santa's not so secret.
Blame the third party.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's what he did, so.
It's anthrax! It's anthrax!
The band?
Wrapped up in bubble wrap.
Yes.
I got King from Tekken, if anyone's seen.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
Oh, nice.
Chris Lacey / Secret Santa.
Ooh.
Jimmy.
We're ploughing through this, aren't we? I usually like to take my time when I'm opening my Christmas presents.
So far, I think Midge was winning a fight.
Yeah.
I sounded like Nigella Lawson then, didn't I? I like to take my time when I'm unpeeling my box.
He looks like her with that shawl on, to be honest.
Yeah. Sounds like it's well packaged. Good, well done, that Santa.
Very sorry, I'm not. Ooh, yes. I like this. Captain Kirk on his chair.
No.
Nice and relaxed. Is he legs crossed there? Is he?
Yeah, legs crossed, pondering who to fuck. Thank you very much, Secret Santa. That's great. I've often looked at the Trek ones and haven't gone down the Trek route yet, but that's great. Thank you very much.
Here we go.
That was so delicate how you cut that. I've never seen anyone cut a box that delicate.
That's how I roll. So I think we've done pretty well so far, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've done pretty well. Yeah.
I didn't even know they did second pops. So this is cool.
No, I didn't. Okay. Well wrapped. Paper.
Two secs. My other half's quickly calling. I'll be back in a sec.
Okay. Do I hold the reveal?
She's saying, get that fucking pop on eBay. Buy me a Christmas present.
Technically, holding the reveal will have no meaning because we know that Lacey got me mine. So
don't worry about it.
Yeah. It's a Gamerverse Kamala Khan.
Oh yeah.
Excellent choice.
Someone went with the cheap option. I see. That's $7.99.
That's
got it in the bottom of the box.
But no,
no, they're cool though.
They are.
I do look at those ones when I'm in the shop.
Yeah,
I'm too embarrassed to buy them myself. So.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Is that good, Stu? I don't know about obviously
because you don't.
I know you play your. No, I do. You play your Avengers game. Yeah,
play my Avengers game, and this is the series of pops from the Avengers game.
Right.
Come on.
Nice.
They do a
I
Taskmaster
find
one
this
as well.
funny
Benji like that.
because this one is actually
Thank you,
called.
Santa.
For some reason, this is actually called Tekken King. I don't know why you can't just call him King.
They might think it's like an Elvis one, maybe. I don't know.
It's not got Tekken Hayachi or anything on the back.
they do?
It's just their names.
Do they do Elvis pops?
Yeah, bloody
Yeah, they
loads
do,
of them,
yeah.
mate.
Yeah.
There's one from every decade, and from his big shows per decade.
The Elvis estate, clearly.
Do you know, I love this. Whoever got this for me, and the only reason I haven't gone down this route is I've only watched a few episodes of the original Star Trek. And I've watched the films, but I've only watched a few episodes. I know a lot about the original Star Trek because I've watched lots of documentaries and stuff on it, but I haven't gone and sat through it all. So I felt like a bit of a liar if I was to get them.
I've always been tempted by the next generation ones, but they're pricey little fuckers. So
yes,
they're on hold until yeah.
That's a lovely Kirk though. That is a lovely one. Look at him just on his.
It's a classic pose, isn't it? You know.
Just chilling.
So we're going to break it when the Lacey's back. Are we going to go around and say who got who's? Because we're all going to be thinking.
Yeah.
I think we all know who got whose, don't we?
I know mine because it was on the box. But I don't know if anyone else knows.
No, I don't.
I don't know.
No.
I don't want to know. I like the mystery that Santa's real.
All right. Okay. Bless you.
I'll pretend I don't know who got everyone's.
But yeah, thank you. I think that went well.
Yeah. All right,
So,
nice.
yeah, we should do it every week.
Yeah.
How much
I
does that
now
cost
have,
us a year?
I now have 4 pops.
To be fair, Jimmy, you could just nab one of the 18 that you buy your missus every month. She won't notice, apparently.
Because I do have pops everywhere. We've got to open these at some point. Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
We've got our Spider-Man mystery boxes to open in honor of No Way Home.
Mm-hmm.
I almost didn't say it out loud for fear of spoilers.
Just saying the title.
I could spoil it now, though, can't I? Because I'm the only one that's
Yeah.
seen
No.
out of all.
Yeah.
That's what you're here for, isn't it, mate? Just tell everyone, yeah.
To spoil it for Stu tomorrow. Poor Stu.
There we go, Lacey.
Kamala Khan. Nice.
Yeah, Kamala Khan. I'm happy with that.
Sorry, other half had an emergency, so had to quickly go and
that's all
see
right.
what was going on.
Well,
We
on
didn't
behalf of
miss you.
everyone, thank you, boys.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Christmas. Cheers.
And thank you for all the time you put into this each Friday night. It's much appreciated. And I know you have to put up with me.
Stop, leave it there, mate. It's
Put
fine.
up with you.
With my ups and downs.
We all have to put up with each other, Stu.
That's true.
It's a mess. It's a real bunch of raggy dolls.
Then I'm literally going now. So
Merry
Cheers,
Christmas, mate.
Mideon, it's been
Merry
an absolute
Christmas.
pleasure.
And it's quite nice to have someone else with, a reasonable amount of hair on the show.
yeah, well, you can't see it from there, but yeah.
Yeah, but me and Jimmy are by choice. We just cut ours.
She's got
Oh.
no hair on
Hello,
her.
buddy.
I could have wore a wig for this one, but anyway. Bye.
Merry Christmas.
Speak to you
See you,
later.
Midge. Take care, mate. Merry Christmas. Right then, boys.
Now, thank fuck he's gone. Never liked him anyway. Just needed a 5th person to do Secret Santa. Otherwise, it wouldn't have worked.
That went well. I'm happy with my picks. Hope you all are too. Merry Christmas, one, like I said.
Yes.
Let's move on to our Ask Us Anything segment. Before we do that, I should say, if you are here for the very first time, welcome. Merry Christmas. Please hit those like and subscribe buttons. But like I say, we are going to kick the show off by answering some questions from our Cult of Egg, the Facebook group set up in honor, I like to think, of both myself and, by extension, you.
And your minions.
So here we go.
I guess this time of year, we were elves, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I like that. Like, kind of, yeah.
No one's
Slave
getting
elf.
any fucking toys this year if we're the elves, are they?
No, you wouldn't. So, Ask Us Anything. We've decided to try and have a refresh of the Ask Us Anything concept. Obviously, we're going to put up the post each week on the Facebook page, but we're going to collate them into a, well, what do you say? A spreadsheet. I don't want to
Spreadsheet.
go. I don't want to go.
What would you call it? A mystical, fabulous. It's a spreadsheet. It's an Excel spreadsheet.
It's the Fabergé egg of Excel spreadsheets.
Yeah.
Quite.
Don't, shoot it down to be just a spreadsheet, Jimmy.
I was trying to not lose some of the mystique and magic, but again, that's failed. But yes, we will be collating them into a spreadsheet and then kind of dispersing them out throughout the show. So do keep them coming in. I will put up the post probably every week just so we can keep the questions coming in. But we're only going to focus on 2 each week so we can give them more time to breathe. And, because you put the effort into writing them. So we thought we'd put the effort into to answer them. And first up is a question from Chris Baxter from the Facebook page. It's a two-parter. It's Christmas. Both of these are Christmas related. Both the submissions we've had. Chris asks part 1, which is a quick fire one. Sprouts, yay or nay? And I want quick fires from you. Lacey.
In the bin.
In the bin. Seddon.
Never in a million years.
Oh my God. Jimmy, here's a thumbs up.
Give me Lacey's and Seddon's sprouts.
Yes. Seddon.
You can eat them outside if you're having them. But there's a difference between not eating meat and eating stuff that's fucking disgusting. They look horrible, they smell horrible, they taste horrible, and they've got a disgusting consistency. I don't see what the selling point for them is.
Who's cooking your sprouts?
My mother, and like Elved, she boils
your racist
them
mum.
oblivion. They're pretty much soup by the point they're served up.
Mint spoiler.
Yep.
Now, one of the problems with you, Seddon.
I want to get a T-shirt for my mum that says the mint spoiler on it. That'd be amazing.
I could eat sprouts raw. That's how much I love them.
Fucking hell, really?
Yeah.
Have you ever tried?
Yes.
Go get one. Go get one. Have you got one in the house?
Do it now.
That's what he was eating before he started eating the peanuts, Jimmy. He was chewing sprouts for an hour.
I was dead once at work because I said that I love onions so much I reckon I could eat a raw onion, and they brought me in an onion about this fucking big, and I peeled and I'm sat there like trying to eat, but it really makes you reflux. yeah, I don't give a shit about that.
Popular.
The sprouts. Obviously, we've been watching a lot of cooking shows. Me and the wife love cooking shows, especially Christmas cooking shows. So we just get YouTube on. Ramsay, Two Fat Ladies, Jamie Oliver,
bingo,
Lacey, your show with your mate. We've been watching them all cooking up, doing their Christmas stuff, and obviously with sprouts now, it's all about adding the bacon, isn't it? That's all about. But said you don't eat bacon,
no. So
it's not going to work. I don't know how we can dazzle up your sprouts. Maybe a sprout curry.
Oh, just don't do your sprouts. It's fine. I liked your list of chefs there, though. You went from Ramsay, starting off like a renowned chef of restaurants, dropped very quickly to Two Fat Ladies, so didn't you? It's just like, fuck.
Yeah, they know.
Yeah.
But
and they love their
Delia? Yeah, Delia.
What? Delia, yes. Oh, we just watched 4 decades of Delia. Okay, it was Delia through the decades.
That's me staring at Carrow Road.
Take up getting pissed up at football instead.
Yeah. I'm getting rogered around the back of the changing room. No, it's I love watching. We watched 2.5 hours of Jamie Oliver doing the entire meal from talking about the trays he's bought. We were in a bad way last week, me and my wife. Like our anxiety was through the fucking roof with this Omicron bollocks, and we just sat there going, "Just let me watch someone cook a dinner. Just chill." Can we have dinner, please, Daddy? I'm watching Jamie Oliver cook a dinner.
Regards.
Sustenance is on the TV.
It's virtual dinner tonight. We're watching it. We're not eating it.
Regards, Jamie Oliver. I think to give credit here, Seddon is the person who's come up with the best this description of Jamie Oliver that I've ever heard.
He's a fat tongue cunt.
Yeah.
Always has been, always will be.
Yeah. I like this.
Yep.
Bravo.
I don't mind him, but I'll be honest. Like, yeah, he's not the best.
Sorry. So I forgot. He's a Mockney fat tongue cunt. Yeah, sorry.
But the one thing we discovered yesterday, as I just mentioned, I haven't watched them for probably about 15 years, maybe longer, was the Two Fat Ladies Christmas special. There's 2 episodes. I highly recommend them on YouTube. They're only half an hour long. The first one is them doing all their. I can't even do it. That's how their posh accent is. They're too posh. Would you like some plum sauce? Like that. The second one is two fat ladies Caribbean Christmas.
Oh God! I bet that
Imagine that. Imagine those two wearing Rasta hats. It's very good.
You need to send me the link for that one.
Oh,
I meant they're drinkers. They must have been drinkers. They must have been drinking while they were cooking up, weren't they? Yeah.
Chuck it on the group watch tab on the spreadsheet, please.
My wife's going, she's
Wine
hammered
for the
already,
dinner,
isn't she?
wine for me.
But that was the best chefs are. Keith Floyd was always hammered. He was hilarious when he was going, wasn't he? His food looked dreadful though.
He was always one of those, one for the pot, one for the glass.
Yeah, it was. I mean, like every recipe, no matter what he was making, had booze in it, but not because
scrambled eggs.
Booze in it. Yeah.
Now add your tequila.
Switch that camera on. I'm getting fucking battered, lads. Come on.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Either do that or just go the flamboyant route, like Ainsley Harriott. I'm a fan of Ainsley. I like Ainsley. Any fans of Ainsley?
Give your meat a good old rub.
Yeah, the camp.
Percy Pepper. His camp, yeah. I haven't been a fan of him since he was on Who Do You Think You Are? Do you not remember? Since he was on Who Do You Think You Are and he found out he was related to slave traders. I haven't been a fan of him since then.
I think we had this conversation.
Yeah, we did, yeah. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Is he on telly at all anymore? Because he got Ready Steady Cook nicked off him, didn't he? Didn't they give it to the fella from X Factor, whose name Rylan, the fella who does everything. Didn't he take it?
Did they give it to Rylan?
Oh, I'm sure he did at some point.
I think they did. Yeah, I think you're right, Seddon.
You can't take that from Ainsley. It's his fucking baby, isn't it?
No fucking justice.
That's how he pays his mortgage.
Yeah. So Sprouts.
It's a 50-50, isn't it?
50-50 split.
Top shelf hates Sprouts. Bottom shelf, weird.
Loves them. Like, not only likes them, probably the best veg on. I look forward to them on my plate.
I wouldn't go that far.
They're probably the most divisive Christmas food, though, isn't it?
I think you're probably right.
There's not many other ones where you can walk into a room and just go Sprouts and know that half the room's going to go fuck off and the other half's going to go,
Yeah, they got bad connotation.
Brexit of vegetables.
Yes.
Divisive.
And from Brussels as well, so even that affects it, isn't it?
Fucking brilliant. Brilliant.
That's why we hired him.
Just. Chris, Mr. Baxter also then asks in the second part of his Christmas question, presents in the morning or the evening? Surely it's the morning. Get them out as quick as you could.
Well, I have kids, so of course it's the morning, because normally they're already open by the time you're awake, because they're up at 6 a.m. delving into everything, and you come in going, why have you eaten all 6 selection boxes and started on Daddy's Jack Daniels? Stop it.
I had to read the question a couple of times so I didn't understand it, because I didn't know that evening was a possibility.
There's another option?
What sort of fucking lunatic would wait till the evening to open their presents? I don't get up early many days in the year, but I'm out of bed at the crack of fucking dawn because I know there's presents to open. And I checked just in case he meant the evening before, because maybe I'll sign up for that.
Do you know? I reckon I could wait till the evening. Because I like them there. I like the anticipation. I like it. Like when it back home. I probably still do it now. Actually, I always make sure everyone's got their presents, and I put mine in a pile next to me. I'm like a nan in my shul. I'm like a nan who gets her little pile and watches people open theirs. And I'll get round to mine in a minute. I like to be,
My mum does that. She's really big into kind of going, I want to watch you open it. Whereas I go, well, I fucking bought it for you, so I know what it is, so I don't need to see you open it.
I know it's shit.
Yeah.
I think there is some logic in what Jimmy's saying in that. Once you've opened it, then it's kind of over, isn't it? And there is that big anticlimax. My dad was always a big one for saying the second the presents had been finished open, he's like, right, it's over for another year. Like 10 past 8 at this point.
The thing is, isn't it only an anticlimax though if your presents are shit? Because your presents are like, and don't get me wrong, I love the excitement
Yeah.
of opening a present, but actually, isn't the good thing about a present is doing something with that present. So if it's a book, then you get to read it. If it's a movie, you get to watch it. If it's a game, you get to play it. So actually, that's the opening gambit to the excitement that comes from presents for me.
For us, I've never got to do the thing with the gift. Like if it's video, it was always I got videos, so many VHSs.
Yeah.
That's what I always got when I was younger. And then there was a little bit of DVD time, but that would be later on when you might watch that in the evening. And I wasn't going to play with my toys. Probably, probably getting ready to see some family or something. So no, we never got straight on the stuff.
Yes, I'm
going to take a leaf out of Chris Baxter's book. I'm going to do it at 11 p.m. when the kids are there. When the kids are like that.
The Sting tantric sex version of Christmas. Gonna hold off and get my gratification 12 hours later than everyone else.
Looks like Sting in that shawl, doesn't he?
Yeah,
you know, I could see Sting kind of
tantric Christmas.
Tantric Christmas.
Tantric Christmas, everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm going to open up one bit every hour. Time for eggnog.
Yeah, I mean, Chris doesn't actually state what he does. Surely it's a morning thing.
I assumed because he mentioned evening that he might be an evening lad.
Yeah, good point. Chris, when you watch this, let us know. I get the other thing. I think also is, I mean, I have open presents in the evening and sometimes the next day, but that is because those presents are at another location and you've had to go there. You know, like say you've gone to an in-laws or I don't know, your brothers or whatever.
It's like a fucking ransom, innit? It's like you will come and see me because
your presents.
You ain't getting your presents if you don't, and just and then you open it and you go, it wasn't worth the visit.
Fuck off! I'm going home.
Kids, get your coats back on.
Yeah, they've got us shit stuff. We're going. Got us a fucking quality street and a cheap bottle of wine. We're going.
Quick, raid the booze cupboard before we go.
Yeah.
We're
so
making
any decent leftovers in the fridge. We're going.
Holly, it wouldn't be a Renaissance Mem show without a question from Holly. And Holly Williams asks, what is your funniest Christmas story? I genuinely don't think I left the house for my first 20 Christmases. To be fair, just kind of, I think we just didn't leave the house in our day on Christmas Day. You just didn't go around anyone's house. I'd never sniffed the fresh air on a Christmas day. It's like I was in a lockdown type COVID situation. It's bizarre.
Preparing. You spent your first 20 years getting ready for this part of your life. Yeah.
I think that's strange. I don't know if anyone else.
No, we weren't either. We were one of those houses where family came to us, or they lived far enough away that we weren't going to go there. So we were just at home every year.
Weird.
But what about weird presents or weird presents you got other people? Oh, I've just thought of one. Wonderful.
What?
I've just thought of a Christmas story which I'd forgotten about.
Don't keep it to yourself.
Well, no, because I would go out on Christmas Day in the evening, but only round to a friend's nan's house for a turkey sandwich. But one year I remember being at my auntie's. We all used to get round to my auntie's, about 13, 14 of us, me, my sister, 4 cousins, and then our mums and dads and nan. And then girlfriends and boyfriends started coming as well. Mm-hmm. One year, my eldest cousin, male cousin, bought his younger brother, who would have been about 20 at the time, or 19 probably. His girlfriend was 16, I think. His brother bought her a vibrator set.
That is awkward.
Good lad.
A box this big that came with vibrator and bits you can attach to this thing.
The concept of set. He was like, well, I didn't really know exactly what size you'd require, so I got you a range.
He was cracking up, and they're quite a well-to-do family, to be honest. They're not, they're private school, well-to-do people. But my nan, who was always the one who gave out the gifts to James from Mum, that she was going, "What is it? And people like, hide it from your nan. That's a disgrace."
She knew.
Vibrator. I'm going to bring that up next time I see him. I haven't seen him in a long time. He's got COVID at the moment. But as soon as he's better, I'm going to bring that up. That's horrendous, isn't it? But my wife told me a good one as well, because I read it with her. I went, crikey, I don't know if I've got anything. And she said, oh, what about, she went, tell him my one, where one year when, I mean, she must have been, I don't know, maybe 18 or 17, I guess. There's her sister, and mum and dad. Her mum, for their Christmas presents, the mum, the dad, and the sister, got them framed photographs of herself.
That is,
and then got very annoyed when they didn't put them all up.
They like professional jobs.
Yeah.
No
joke. Not like me, who do that sort of thing as a joke. She did it properly.
Wow.
The one that stands out for me, and it isn't even that old. We were must be about like 3-4 years ago, and we were around my mother's for Christmas dinner, and so there was my mum, my brother. I'm going to say his wife. I'm just not sure which one, but that doesn't really matter to the story. And Andrew's mum and dad, and about halfway through dinner, and as I say, you open your presents in the morning, you get your presents done, but so it's lunchtime when we're doing it, and Andrew's mum stops proceedings in the middle of the meal. Never a good idea, is it? No one wants to be stopped during the middle of a meal, but she hands my mother a box, a wrapped box, and says, "We've got you something special." And so, I mean, at this point, I'd still tapped out. I carried on eating. I was like, I don't care, it's not for me. But they unwrapped this box, and I still to this day cannot quite figure out. And I'm glad other people were there, because I still to this day cannot quite believe what happened. But my mum opened the box, and inside were two, let's say, dog toys, but so they would be something a dog would eat, but they were in the shape of a dog and a cat wearing S&M gear. And so, like me and Andrea and my brother and his wife, we're just pissing ourselves laughing, and they're all going, "What are you laughing at?" And we're going, "Well, you've just given them dog toys in bondage gear," and they're like, "Oh, there's something wrong with you lot. You've just got dirty minds. It's not that." And I'm going, "No." And we're getting our phones up and showing them pictures of bondage gear. And to this day, they're still in my mum's house, in the loft. But still to this day, they're like, comes up every year where we just go, "You've got any fucking bondage toys this year?" But yeah. But
what did they think they were?
My mum had seen them on the shelf. Well, apparently, her mum had seen them on the shelf, and again in the garden centre. Why is a garden centre selling this stuff? And she just said, "Oh, I thought they looked fun." And I said, "Well, what about the leather gear?" Didn't give away. It was a bit weird. And she was just like, "No." Again, she says, "It's something wrong with you." Yes.
One ran a strap on.
Well, one of them did have, as you say, not the ball gag, but had a bar for its mouth, and then chained up. Honestly, it's amazing. In fact, this Christmas we're going to Andrew's brothers, and Andrew's mum and dad will be there. My mum will be there. So God, who knows what will be passed over the table this year? But
combustible elements,
absolutely brilliant.
You need to buy some. Give them back to them.
Yeah, saw this and thought of you, and I've actually got him a gimp mask.
Did your mum have a dog?
No, that's what's even worse. She didn't even have a dog.
What the
and my stepdad, he was around at the time, and he got it as well because he's laughing. But my mum's a bit of a feisty old bugger, and so he's trying to stop laughing because she's trying to be nice and going, "Oh no, Pauline," which is Andrew's mum. "No, Pauline, that's lovely," and he's trying to not piss himself laughing. But doesn't even have a dog. Yeah, I know, Jimmy. I know.
Did they know they were dog toys?
Well, I don't think.
What did they think they were?
I know. I don't know. I've had 4 years, and I've asked them multiple times, and they've got nothing for it. Got absolutely no explanation other than there's something wrong with us for thinking that's weird.
I imagine it's hard rubber, that horrible hard rubber.
I didn't touch him. I didn't touch him, Jimmy, because I didn't want to know, just in case. Yeah, just in case.
That's bizarre. That is a bizarre one, isn't it? There's not even an explanation, just them nodding.
You ain't gonna beat that.
I think they're in the loft, and if I can be bothered, that is, to go into my mum's loft. If I fish him out, I'll take a picture of them and put them on the Facebook page.
Brilliant.
Yes, you need to see them.
Yeah. There you go. I don't think you're topping that. I don't know if you're able to top that, Lacey.
I'd actually forgotten about it until Jimmy started talking, though, because I was thinking, Well, I was going to tell you a story about when I vomited through a mate's kitchen window on a Christmas day once, but then all of a sudden the dog toys come in. So I thought,
Get that in your holsters.
I was going to say that the only weird thing I've got on Christmas, because I don't really ever do anything because I'm normally hanging out of my arse, was the time that we then decided to go out on it again. And on the way home, I drunkenly punched my mate in the eye and made him partially blind for 6 months.
Oh. Okay.
No, the reason
Happy
I punched
Christmas,
him
fucker!
was because I said, "You're my best friend, Crunch." Because this is what happens after 3 bottles of Jack Daniels.
Oh yeah.
Partially blind for 6 months. Wow.
Yes.
They're like a separated, like retina.
Cornea.
Something with a cornea.
Oh
It was
dear.
like,
Yeah, cornea.
Merry Christmas.
You're my best friend, you are.
Bosh. Yeah, I mean, other than
I don't want you to look at anyone else ever again.
Remember this.
There we go. I mean, other than not leaving the house for 20 years, I don't really have anything to top that. Very kind of mundane Christmases in the Garrard house, even with Amanda, to be fair. You know?
Jesus Christ, Drew. She could be listening. Why are you saying that?
She doesn't listen. We know this. It's
Mundane.
fine.
I've described my Christmases as mundane.
Especially
Have
when
a
my wife's
mundane
around.
Christmas, everyone.
I stand by it.
You know, you said about staying at home for years, Stu. That was the vomit one was the first time I'd ever gone out on a Christmas day, and I was at that age where I was probably like 21, 22, and I thought, well, fuck, I can actually leave the house on Christmas Day and not feel guilty about not spending it with the family or bought him presents. But we'd gone to a mate's house and he had a house, and like everyone was there and everyone was drinking, and it was like, wow, we're all out drinking Christmas Day, brilliant. And as the evening went on, I was out in his garden and I was getting a bit loud and rowdy, and I was standing at his window and I was just shouting at the window, like, rah, like mouth open. And so, and this part could be considered hilarious, but he just opened his window and fired fairy liquid straight down my throat, and they were all laughing their asses off in the house. However, what I found out is when you're really, really hammered and fairy liquid goes straight down your throat, projectile vomit comes straight and went back through his window, back at him. So,
wow.
Didn't get invited back the next year. I spent the next year at home, unfortunately. But
Did bubbles come out?
A little bubble of vomit still floating through towards the Christmas tree. Yeah.
It's like a scene from The In-Betweeners, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
In between Christmas special.
It did very much feel like that.
There we go. Hopefully we've answered your question there, Holly. Yeah, a couple of good ones. Festive themed.
And again, Holly, let us know on the Facebook or by comments on this video what yours is. And
Holly's always got some cracking stories. I bet she's been up to something, I would imagine. Thank you, Cultivate, as always, for those questions. And obviously we'll do this each and every week, so keep those questions coming in on the Facebook page and on Twitter.
How long have we been recording now? I can see in the corner. I've only just noticed that your name's Eggnog. Fucking hell. I've got to actually focus a little bit more on what's going on, haven't I?
Yeah, it's all festive themed. Did you hear the music, by the way?
I heard
it was hard not to when it started.
It went, it's great.
Yeah. But you heard nothing after that?
No. I heard the rest of it, but it was still just, recovering of the perforated eardrum.
I just assumed it was a mashup, and you got that, and then you cut it into glitter, but switched it off so that we couldn't hear it. So we didn't know that our Christmas special was going out with backing of Gary Glitter again.
Yep.
What is the Christmas? Rock and roll of Christmas, Christmas rock and roll. That's Gary Glitter, isn't it?
Yeah.
How did you not start that?
Because he's an honest.
We'll get demonetized, won't we? One thing that's funny, Stu, I had ready that bit of music to play on my phone.
Well,
instead of the cheering.
I did think that you'd have something Christmassy. I thought we might get bells. Sloughs? What the fuck are sloughs? Sleigh bells.
No, I had it's Christmas, and then the music started. I went, oh, for fuck's sake, Stu's done it. But that's me and Stu. We got the same mind. We did the same joke the other day on the WhatsApp group, didn't we?
We did. It's like one. Mind
same
GIF,
but
the
very
same
different
picture,
sized hats.
Yeah,
I'm getting bloody hot in this, so I'm gonna have to take it off. You think for someone who's
to
bored,
take off all your clothes.
it
He
would
is
be an
getting
issue.
so hot.
Yeah.
I want him to take his clothes off.
Right. One of the highlights of this show is going to be our look at our group watch for Santa's Sleigh that Lacey kindly chose for us.
I like the way we've totally outed that it was Lacey.
Oh, get in there first.
I'll take it.
I'd like some sort of graphic that goes across the screen that says Lacey picked this.
Are you going to show the trailer, Stu?
Shall I? I haven't got it keyed up, but I'm happy to.
I think it'll be good because it will let the listeners see the dross that Lacey forced us to watch.
Do you know what
and also gives me time to fill up my Jack Daniels.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh, nice. Look at that. Perfect. It's like we planned it.
Let me find this.
But anyone who's watched this knows we planned.
How does it give Lacey time to fill up his Jack Daniels? I think we just pause him.
Like, well, no, I presume
Well,
he's
just
thinking as
cut.
the video's coming up, he'll do a cheeky little pour off screen. Little does he know we're just having a nice look at his couch right now. If only you could run blacklight through this and see what stains are on that couch.
It's got some tales to tell.
Yeah.
Lacey's one of those guys, isn't he? Like those heavy rock guys who just pulls loads of women.
Well, I reckon his
Like
missus
loads.
in the background might have something to say about that.
No, when he was single, obviously. When he was single, just loads of mosh pit rats.
And he's back.
There you go. I was just keying it up and skipping the lovely YouTube ad.
Pint of Jack Daniels.
Right, let me set this up. Let's share my screen. So this is going to be the trailer for Santa's Sleigh, a 2005 film. I thought it didn't have the look of a film made in 2005. Whether I don't know, perhaps 2005 is further away than I probably give it credit for these days. It probably is, isn't it? Really?
It looked 90s.
Yeah, I think I'd probably go along with that.
Yeah, it had a 90s vibe. I thought the production value was pretty good, to be honest. I thought it looked pretty good.
It's very much late 90s, early 2000s, sort of like the American Pie era sort of look.
Well, I was thinking because Goldberg's in it.
Oh, shit.
We're echoing.
Are we?
Okay,
it's because I've got this. Okay.
Echo.
Are we good now?
Yeah, we're good now. We could all just go quiet as you play the trailer.
Oh yeah, we can mute, couldn't we? Yeah.
No, do that then. Yeah. Well, okay. I'll bring the trailer up. We'll have a look, and then we'll come back and have a discussion about Santa's Sleigh. So
have a talk to Lacey. Have an intervention.
Grandpa, I want the truth about Christmas.
If it's the truth you want, then it's the scary truth you're gonna have.
According to the Book of Claus, Santa, Satan's only son, lost a bet and was forced to spread Christmas cheer. But now, all bets are off.
Santa?
Yes, there is a Santa Claus. Ho, ho, hos.
Santa Claus is not a myth or a legend. He's real. Only he's not bearing gifts and presents anymore.
Christmas can sure scare the dickens out of people.
He's scary yet educational.
I'm just trying to spread a little Yuletide fear.
Are you saying Santa is offing everyone who's naughty and nice?
Nicholas shot him!
You shot Santa?
Run away! Santa's on the loose!
This holiday season,
Ho, ho, ho!
lock your doors, bolt the windows,
Oh, Grandpa got run over by a reindeer.
Everyone stand back. Things are about to get a little messy.
and block the chimney. 'Cause naughty or nice, Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa's Sleigh.
Go ahead, kids. Let's see what Santa got you.
I hate children.
There we go.
Wow. I thought that trailer made the film look better than it actually is, didn't it? That
exactly
looked pretty
what
good.
I was thinking if I'd watched that trailer, I'd be expecting to see something that I might enjoy. And if anything, I feel like in that trailer, I got to see every line of dialogue Goldberg says in it. And I think he did a better job of explaining the story than the movie did as well.
Hey, do you know what?
What?
I want to lay down my flag. I actually enjoy. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's good.
Sorry, can I before you go on, Stu? I just want to go. I loved how you went. I want to lay down my flag. Started to say you enjoyed it, and then stepped away from that flag really quickly. Yeah.
No, because I wanted to clarify. I enjoyed it, but I don't think it's good. You know, it's that conversation we have quite a lot about enjoying something that isn't particularly good. And this is, you know, I think it's in many ways quite shoddy, but I had a bloody good time watching it, and I chuckled occasionally. Amanda enjoyed it. Kind of.
Amanda watched it.
She did. We watched it together.
How can Christmas be mundane in your house when you're watching Santa's sleigh?
I retract my mundane.
Andrea watched it with me as well. We did
Andrea
a couple's watch of it.
Not good.
She was just like, "How long is this?"
No,
we were about 4
Not
minutes
long.
in at that point. Yeah.
It was a short film. What was it? About it was like an hour and 20 minutes.
75 minutes. Because I checked a few times.
In, out, does what it needs to.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like,
What does it need to do?
Well,
Just be fucking fun.
I think it is. I thought it was
mindless fun. It's great.
What's great is we don't have to describe the film because we could show the trailer there, so the listeners, the viewers, can see what it is we're discussing there. Bill Goldberg, we're all wrestling fans, as Santa.
Yep.
There's been a bet, right, with an archangel or just an angel.
Yep.
Where for 1,000 years he has to be Santa and be nice because he's Satan's son and he's an asshole before this. He loses the bet. Now 1,000 years are up. He can come down for one day and wreak havoc. But that was a bit weird. Like, they talk about the powers he's got, but you don't really see the powers he's got. Like, the film's a fucking mess, isn't it? It doesn't make any sense.
Can I just say, at this point, I loved what it did with the Santa lore. I really
there was some good fun lore, and I think there's a good film in there. I think there's an interesting story in there, and if it was done well, it could have been good.
I like the idea of betting on a game of a one-stone game of curling. Though that had me.
Well, yeah.
Curling
was an odd choice.
I saw two curling. I'd stick a bet on it as well.
Yeah, there's not a lot of films that finish or start in a curling match and finish in a curling match, is there?
No, true. I wouldn't have picked curling. I'm not sure what I would have picked, but curling was a strange choice.
I think the biggest surprise for me was the first scene having James Caan in the first scene of the film. That was absolute. They must have paid most of the budget on getting him for half a day to film the opening scene, and I thought the opening scene was great.
Yeah,
the women. I don't know any of the women actresses. Should I have known them? I presume they're porn actresses or something.
One's from other things, but I did look it up, and I can't remember already. It's gone or what it was, but he was the star of that scene, wasn't he?
It was James Caan. There was the bloke. I can't remember his name. He used to be on Saturday Night Live, who's pretty goddamn awful, and then some women as well. And they're all a bunch of assholes, family, posh, and Santa comes down the chimney and just kills them in some good ways. James Caan's hands get like pinned to the table, don't they? One woman gets her hair set on fire with a shot, and then he drowns her in eggnog. Yep. There's some good deaths.
Fran Drescher, who was in like a 90s, The Nanny, a 90s sitcom where she played a nanny. Funnily enough, I recognised her. She's the one who got her face burnt.
But that was just the opening scene that sort of had nothing to do with the rest of the film, did it? And they got James Caan out of it quick.
There's a few moments like that, though, isn't there? There's a few kind of actors that you do know from other stuff. And
Robert Culp, love him.
They're not generally... I mean, he was a bit more pivotal, let's say, to the plot. But there are a few people who are just kind of... You've seen them in other stuff before. They're around the town, and you know they're just there to do their one-liner before they get brutally murdered by Santa.
Well, who's your man who worked at the Deli Boss, who was in Frasier for a couple of seasons? He's a brilliant actor.
Yeah,
like he's good. He was in an episode of Star Trek as well. Like he's a genuinely good actor.
Well, it was produced by
money.
Brett Ratner, wasn't it? I think so. He's, you know, although he hasn't done particularly much good stuff, he's probably got contacts within the industry and was able to get James Caan to.
The director and the writer, it was their first movie,
really?
And
Right.
their last.
Do you know what? The directing, I don't think is bad. I think it looks good. It looks like a capable movie of that ilk. The writing is shit. I mean, he's just killing people left, right, and centre with no real sort of.
And
he's Satan. Why wouldn't he just kill everyone?
I had less problem with Satan killing everyone than I did how repulsive 90+% of the human beings in this world were. Like the random old lady at the beginning who just is trying to buy a sandwich at the deli, and it just and you see me on this show, I've got a potty mouth, but she took it to a fucking level she wouldn't, didn't she?
I enjoyed that
every
scene.
other word, like it was
she
just
got
like,
her comeuppance, so you know.
Yeah, but that was the thing, like kind of early doors in it. We're going to get deep into Satan, but early doors, you go in, well, he's Satan's son. He'd just be doing in everyone, wouldn't he? But it seemed to be leaning in that, like all these people were horrible. So actually, good on him for getting rid of these horrible people.
I think that was the thing, wasn't it?
But he'd be leaving them alive, surely. He's
good
happy
point,
with
actually.
them ones hanging about.
Yeah.
Wouldn't he be getting rid of the nice ones? And the good
Exactly.
ones?
Yeah, it didn't make sense because he was calling because he went to the strip club.
Oh yeah.
He went to the strip club and he kissed the ho, and kissed her, and then went, look, mistletoe, so it was okay. And then the bouncers tried to throw him out, and he killed the bouncers for doing their job, and then he killed all the strip, and then he killed all. Yeah,
there
was
set fire to the place, didn't he?
Yeah, he burnt them all to death, didn't he? The strippers.
Yeah,
and he cleaned the pole as well.
I love that bit. He just like.
To anyone who's been to a pole dancing club, you do see them come out and clean the pole, and you go, "Oh, that's not
it was,
a job."
And you have the I want to say priest, but pastor, whatever he was, like he's there, and you kind of get this very small subplot that actually he's a bit of a dirty old man, lechy bastard. And I'll be honest, I was sitting there thinking, why? I don't give a fuck. Like I've no knowledge of this guy before. I don't care. Like why is this subplot for this guy even in it? And he gets some comeuppance later, but you just go, and why? Very strange.
It seemed like a lot of the actors didn't know what type of film they were in.
Yeah,
because the main boy and girl seemed to be taking it quite serious, well, fairly seriously. I think if it was filmed if it was directed by like someone who had done the Naked Gun films or something like that, and everyone's just stupid, where it's really stupid, but people were too good, or if it was just terrible actors, it might have been funnier. But because it was halfway between being competent and schlock shit with a lot of homophobic references and stuff, like real crap, stuff.
Yeah, it felt kind of a movie way out of its time, written by someone who I think thought they were writing something brilliant, like, and really funny. But I mean, again, not for me. And sorry, Chris, I know you quite found it quite funny, but none of the jokes hit for me either. They're not funny. Like, this isn't a comedy. This isn't a comedy because it's not funny. Like, there's not enough to tack it together to be funny. And sometimes I think, I don't know. I was kind of gobsmacked at the end of it by going, I don't really know how to describe this other than this is crap, isn't it?
I
thought the opening scene was good. The opening scene was good, I thought. And I liked the scene with the old woman in the deli. I thought that was good. They were all competent actors, and it was quite funny how horrible she was. But then, from then on, it just went downhill.
Yeah.
So I'm all for the Bush and Cock.
Just leave it there. Cut it. End the show right there.
Innuendo jokes in the police station, funny. Ho-ho-hos and cleaning the stripper pole, funny. Press slamming a caroler to her death, funny.
That was good.
What happened? So the story is, we started off with he's Santa's son. He's got to be He's got to be lovely for 1,000 years. Then he can be an arsehole for 24 hours. That's the deal we made with the angel.
Yeah.
Spoilers for anyone who's going to watch it. The angel does return, and they have a bit of a competition, and then he gets shot.
They recurl.
Then Gold Dust Santa gets shot with a nut that gets set up earlier on, really quite obviously in the film. But then Santa does get away, and it sort of feels like it's the first part of a trilogy.
I didn't understand the end. And then he just puts on some biker gear and goes catches a plane.
He gets a plane home because they kill his reindeer. They go hunting for his reindeer.
We're gonna blow this one up.
I like the Native American Indian with the with the voice box.
I mean, I know that the guy who wrote it and directed it didn't make any others, but I mean, go for all we know, there's a Hawaiian version, Hawaiian sleighs. I don't know. All that maybe Goldberg got a franchise out of this.
Well, at the end, the boy and girl who survive say, "Let's go and hunt him down." And then, do they kiss? And is that the end of their story, or is that when they leave? Is the end of their story?
Because they kiss, and then it goes to the airport. Goldberg, because he's just looking like Goldberg with a beard at that point.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just assumed he was off WrestleMania.
They've killed his reindeer. So he checks his sack in.
Going off to get blood money.
And he's going back to
good point.
North
Going to
Pole.
Saudi, isn't he? Going to Saudi.
Get that blood money.
Yeah.
He's going to the North
really
Pole.
Is Satan.
He's going to the North Pole. So I presume it's set up for a sequel because the film doesn't finish. That's not the end of the film, is it? He's going back to the North Pole when they're going off to hunt him. So that's setting up for the next film. There's a post-credit scene as well, isn't there?
There was never any more. The post-credits are just bloopers.
Oh, they were, weren't they?
Oh, the post-credit on Amazon Prime was just Goldberg Santa looking at his list.
Oh, really?
And then he goes, "Who's next?" And it cuts. Yeah, so it was a
which
wrestling
makes sense.
reference.
Yeah, from the wrestling reference, doesn't it? I wish I did not switch it off 1 second after it finished.
That does make sense.
I always skip to everything.
I'm like, Andrew, give me that fucking remote control. We're switching this off.
On YouTube, you just got Cannonball Run style blooper reel, didn't you?
It was.
Oh, really?
I mean, not to kind of go too deep into because it is what it is, but just there's some really weird stuff in there, though, isn't there? So the guy who makes the bet, he knows that he's coming back in 1,000 years.
Yeah.
And I know, there's scenes where he's got monitoring stations set up, but it's not that hard to count to 1,000. He should have known that this was the year and probably prepared a bit heavier for it rather than just going, "Oh, he's back." Oh, that 1,000 years flew by.
Yeah, he said he knew he was coming back. It didn't make sense, did it?
No.
Because when he was with the boy, he was like, "Yeah, I tracked the boy down because I knew that would lead me to you because I knew his name." He's like, "Yeah, I knew you'd come back anyway." And you're like,
"Yeah," and
that's how time works.
He's letting kill all these people first.
1,000 years to prepare, and he just set up that shitty nutcracker thing for him.
Deadly.
And that bunker, he said, "Oh, I didn't build this to keep him out." I'm like, "You've had 1,000 fucking years. Build something that keeps him out."
Yeah. It's a rubbish plan. He hasn't planned anything. He's been really lazy in those.
I mean, he's very good at curling, very bad at planning, wasn't he?
At this point, I want to bring in some feedback from Ben Wyatt. Watched it. A friend of the show, Ben.
Right.
And a lover of watching shit movies as well.
He is. He is a connoisseur of the shit movies from the Bamcast. Go check it out. Okay, so Santa Sleigh feedback. Second ever viewing, so he's come back to this.
Fucking hell.
And I'd forgotten everything except for the opening scene. Everyone looked like they just had a great time making this movie. It doesn't overstay its welcome with a pretty short runtime, and we'll definitely watch it again in a few Christmases. Rating 3 out of 5.
Do you know what?
Wow.
Based off of what you said there, I promise you I'll watch it again in 1,000 years. Just like the part of the movie.
Joe, I agree with his review though. Not the score. Jesus Christ! I gave Bill and Ted 1.5, and I really enjoyed that. But I know he said doesn't outstay its welcome. It's quick, and it is just going. And I did enjoy some of the murders. You know, they were quite fun.
Yep. I like
it. Just seems like there's a lot better things you could do with your time. There's a lot better Christmas films you could watch with your time.
I think I'd have liked it to have lent into that more. You know, like pretty much the whole thing just be him doing those sort of murders all the way through. But as it went on, I felt they got spaced out more and more, and they were a little bit weirder every time. As in, they were a little bit more like random. Like again, the strip club thing. Like you just know that like the dudes making this went. We're only up to about 60 minutes. We've got to get a bit more runtime. Well, there's a strip club up the road.
No. That's not why he did it. He went. How can I see some boobs?
We need some boobs in this movie.
How can we get some boobs? Because there's at least 4 pairs of boobs in the film in that one scene. Well, the other thing I found weird when they're at the police station and the cops are going, "Oh look, it's the shape of a Christmas tree as murders." And you're like, "What? He's got a plan? This is a plan of his? Like he doesn't come across as a man trying to draw a Christmas tree with his murders. He's just randomly."
Like a Scooby-Doo villain
slaughtering.
And what did we think of Goldberg? I mean, as wrestling fans, what did we think of Goldberg's turn in it? Did it make us want to see more Goldberg in movies?
It's his best film. It pisses over him in Universal Soldier.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was good. I thought it was good. Yeah, it's watchable.
I thought
did what he had to do.
His one-liner deliveries I thought were fucking awful, but I thought his action scene stuff, I thought I don't actually remember, other than in prime time, probably 97, 98, him ever looking that good. Like, I think he really, at that point, I'm thinking, this is 2005, mate. You should have got in the ring at this point. But I guess that's the beauty of editing. He can have 8 hours between each move, can't he?
Well, yeah. He did a spear through the deli counter.
Oh, yes.
I don't know if that was him or not.
Yeah.
He did a few kip-ups. Was that him doing the kip-ups? I've never seen Goldberg do a
He used to do it in WCW. He used to do a kip-up and a savate kick. That was it. That was his thing. But
no, he looked good.
I thought he was fucking terrible. I really did.
Thing is, I'd probably rather a really horrible-looking Santa doing the murders than a big, muscly, good-looking to some.
I like the idea of a horror films based around Christmas.
Well, there's Krampus, isn't there? Which I'm trying to get my wife to watch, and she won't. She's going, no, not yet. No, my wife's seen it. And she said it's great. I think she's seen it and said it's great, but it's supposed to be very good. Krampus with Adam Scott. Adam Scott.
I love the idea, but I don't know. I kind of wish they'd gone a bit darker with it.
Yeah, that's what I felt it needed as well, Stu. And it still could have had the humour, but if it had gone darker and had the humour, whereas I don't know, it felt a hodgepodge. I don't know. It just felt like it had no kind of identity and really didn't know what it wanted to be, other than they wanted to go to that strip club and see some boobs. That's the only thing I felt they really committed to.
What's the really good Scandinavian horror Christmas film?
Rare Exports.
Yes, Rare Exports.
And that is absolutely fantastic. That
Never
is,
seen
have you seen that?
Haven't heard of it.
I'll have a look and see if it's in the streaming. Right now.
Really good. I'm not a subtitled guy, but I was happy to watch it. Really interesting. Like this, but
good.
Like the better version of this. This is like a comedy rip-off crap of this. This is like a We Are the Titans or whatever version to the 300. Yeah, it's good.
I think
Rare Exports.
I think my favorite, the funniest thing to come out of all of this, watching this film, is the fact that again, friend of the show, Holly, put it on with all her kids, expecting a nice, heartwarming family film, and then turned it off after the first scene.
And within 30 seconds, there's some random fellow fingering someone under the table before they get murdered. Yes. Happy Christmas. Yeah,
that made me
and apparently it's on Sky Go and IMDb TV, whatever that is. So I don't know if IMDb let you stream stuff now, but yeah, so Sky Go and IMDb.
Have you got Sky Go, Stu?
I've got Sky Cinema. I guess, is that the same one in the same thing?
I've got Now. Does that count?
I guess so. I don't know. But,
Sky Go is the app.
Yeah, so I think it's like whatever Sky channels. So if you Sky Cinema, I guess you can watch it on Sky Go if you're
Rare Exports. Yeah,
very, very good.
Cool. Have we got anything else we want to add about Santa's sleigh?
I quite like the idea of giving it a score now that Ben's giving it a score.
Okay.
So what are we going out of?
I think 3 out of 5 is fair. I think I'd go 3 out of 5.
I'd go 3 because the thing is, it is one of those of I like schlocky horror films, and this fits my schlocky horror film stupidity level.
I liked Poltergeist, so I've got to like this. You know, it felt like a trauma film in many ways.
Poltergeist. What's that? But the Bernard Matthews Christmas Carol story.
Go watch it. It's fantastic. It's exactly what it kind of says on the tin.
That could be our Halloween watch next year.
But no, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, Chris.
Yeah. So I'd go definitely a 3 because it is turn your brain off, hour and a half, watch some fucking stupidity. I liked it. Of course I do. I own it.
Yeah, you're the only owner of the film.
I'd give it half a star. because I save 0 stars for really, really special things. But yeah, half a star for me out of 5.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. 0.5.
Yeah,
like that is. I could have written that.
Yeah.
Actually, I imagine any of us. Actually, not even us. Worse people than us could have written this. Like anyone could have written this. It was that. It was
one of the things
crap.
I found fascinating, and maybe you might have found this as well, Jimmy, because I think you were in probably the same boat as me. Is for a lot of it, I was going, "Wow, someone convinced someone to give them the money to make this." Like, and I wonder whether they just kind of did, like, you know, when we said we watched a trailer. I wonder whether they went in and said, like, we'll make this quite cheap. Here's the premise, and just did what was in the trailer. And I reckon someone probably went, "Oh yeah." And now gutted must have been when they saw the finished article and they went, "Fucking hell, we gave you cash."
I reckon they liked it. The people who commissioned this liked this. Stu, could you find out the budget for this? Because I'll go back to the fact that I think it looked good. Like the effects were decent.
Surely that's on the wiki, I would imagine.
I thought it was like I thought it looked all right. It looked like a decently shot film.
There's definitely some money spent on it because, as you say, James Caan's not turning up for pennies.
Exactly.
Debo, Tiny Lister, Zeus. He might turn up for a few quid.
Why did they get him? Well, this is the thing. So there's definitely a wrestling connection, isn't there?
Yeah, but he's there just really randomly because he's just there as the guy that runs the gas station that's open on Christmas Day.
And it wasn't new to town as well.
New to town. The kid comes in and buys some gum, leaves his change because it's when they find out that the guy runs.
He hears the police radio, doesn't he? He hears the police radio, which he could have heard walking past the police car. There's no point to that scene apart from.
They need to have Debo in it.
I haven't found the budget for it.
No, I can't.
But I have found its box office receipts money. Anyone want to have a guess on what this took at the box office? By the way, worldwide box office. Just because like it does make a difference, doesn't it? Like when you add in all the other countries. So you've gone 5 million, Mr. Lacey. Yeah. Mr. Eggnog.
10.
Jimmy.
Higher.
I'll go 7.5.
$6,982.
How much is
that's the Blu-ray release that Lacey bought?
I think they probably released it at one cinema and charged $6,982 to the poor bastard who's the only one who went and watched it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Worldwide.
So yeah, a shame that he didn't get to write or direct another movie.
He didn't do anything else. The cast isn't bad either. The guy who plays the pastor, I've seen in a good few things.
Yes, he's often an American job, isn't he, along the way? But yeah,
but he's fine. Like, he could be good. Like, he was all right in that part. To be honest, everyone did their best with the parts they had. I think
I did their best.
There was the scene where the kids' heads blew up as well.
They open up the presents.
Yeah, I kind of enjoyed that because when that bit came on, I felt like I suddenly switched to like, am I watching a scene out of RoboCop? Like or the Running Man, where you're sort of in the future and this is the game where the kids get something that blows their heads. I got sort of transported to there. And then the grandma swears. The kids swear first and then the grandma swears. And you're like,
let's open the fucking presents.
Is this
them up? Boom.
Yeah. Fuck. Is this writer really clever and he's having a sort of dig at consumerism? And then you're like, no, I'm thinking far too far too much.
Yeah,
here.
it is not deep.
No.
It is not a deep and meaningful film. It is, as I said, it is switch your brain off stupidity. But
At one point, the
so often
granddad
you need it.
At one point, the granddad says that our main protagonist, he doesn't know what to do next. He doesn't know whether to chase after Santa or not. And he says, "Come on, I didn't raise a Sally. Chase after him." I'm like, what? I didn't raise a Sally.
It was, and again, it was 2005, wasn't it? But as I say, like it felt like it had been written a long time beforehand by people who weren't very talented at writing, even at that point.
Yeah.
So there's a few questionable Jewish jokes in there.
Yeah.
But you've got Goldberg in there signing off on them.
Yeah.
Goldberg's the biggest Jew in the world, and I don't mean like the biggest Jew. He's the biggest Jew, isn't he?
Yeah.
I know we've carried on after we did the scores, but the actual relationship between the two main ones, and I guess like Goldberg's the main one, but you know the two young uns and their love story. That was fucking terrible as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like just no connectivity between them at all. You were just thinking like this lash had been this dickhead off like in seconds because but they're just so wooden with each other. Yeah, just I'm starting to think. Do we do quarter stars? Can I go down for my half star?
You do whatever you want, mate. We do have the eunuch in our pockets. You know,
yeah, as I say, I want to save that back for like this wasn't that bad, you know, because I mean, like you said about like the fun. I mean, like if anything, it's something that I can now say to someone next year. I've got a really fucking terrible Christmas movie for you to watch. So I think it gets a half star for that alone. I think
sometimes you have to watch
as well.
And again, half and half rail with the same as the Sprouts conversation earlier.
Yeah, the Sprouts of cinema. That's what this is.
It's left against right this time, though.
Yeah.
See,
it should be.
You know, for you two down there that think that me and him are fucking the same,
no,
proves we're not.
Straight.
Yep.
Jimmy, you was going to say something about the length. Do you want to?
I'm always wanting to say something about length, but no, just that made it easier to handle. The length made it easier to handle.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'll leave it at that.
There we go.
That's
Santa
what she
Slay.
said.
Don't do what Holly did. Don't watch it with your family.
No, please do, because that's even funnier, isn't it? Right?
Yeah. Not your kids, your grandparents or whatever.
Yeah.
There we go. Santa Slay. Available. We forgot to say it's available on YouTube and Amazon Prime.
And as ever, like if you watch it, drop onto the Facebook page where we do have a Santa Slay story, I guess, up there. Let us know what you thought.
Let us know.
Give us a star rating.
Yes.
Lovely stuff. Right. Let's take a look at the past week in Geek. I've got a few news stories, 3 news stories for you this week.
Stu, am I allowed to add one to the end, or should I put it on the Excel spreadsheet? It's very short.
Check it on, mate, because I put one on there, but it was more of a holder to remind us for weeks going forward. That's something we can't do now because we're doing this from the past in the future. So yeah, jump into that spot, Jimmy.
I'll come to you last, Jimmy. You bring it up.
If there's time. If there's time.
All right. Well,
there's
not a big deal.
time.
I just heard about it today from my wife, and I was like, "Wow, that's amazing!" And it's not. Yeah, it's geeky enough. It's geeky enough.
Okay. The first one is just a. I want to just take a. Oh God, hold on. Cursory look at. Oh, that's the notes. That's the spreadsheet.
Fucking hell, Stu.
Sorry.
Breaking the
Sorry.
wall.
I know. There's a peek behind the curtains for you. I want to just gloss over everything that was announced at the Game Awards 2021. The Jeff Keighley produced event that he puts out every year, trying his very best to kind of create this legitimate awards ceremony for the video game industry. I don't think it's being particularly successful. Am I wrong in saying that? I don't know. Do we put much credit in these awards?
I look at them and go, half the games I've never heard of, and when they sort of then go the most anticipated game for the next year, and Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 not even being in the nominees, makes me think, how is one of the biggest AAA game titles of next year not even being mentioned?
Yeah.
How are we taking this seriously?
Exactly.
I think I think it's hard, Stu, because there's a lot of game awards, isn't there? Because there's a lot of game sites, and I think the Oscars, the Grammys for music, and things like that, the Booker Prize for literature, they all kind of come about when there weren't so many awards. So I think they are seen as the pinnacle of the awards, whereas this is trying to fight out in a very busy sort of traffic world of like against IGN awards, all these sort of things. Yeah, so I think it's hard to kind of go. There's one definitive game award that you would consider the equivalent of an Oscar or the Oscars.
You could say the BAFTAs. The BAFTAs do a games award.
That's what I mean. Yeah, they're in competition straight away, aren't they?
But it's the thing. That's the one that has a legitimate. I use the word legitimate, Robert. At least a brand name behind it. Because obviously the BAFTAs being the British Film Association.
I see.
That do have that, because obviously they run the TV awards, they do British Film Awards and stuff.
Well, that's the thing. I see the BAFTAs Game Awards, and I think, is that like Dame Judi Dench around the back having a game of Street Fighter?
I did not know the BAFTAs did a game award. That's mad.
Yeah.
I mean, it deserves it because it is art,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think the difference between how I perceive the difference between the BAFTAs and this presentation that they put on, that Jeff Keighley put on, is this feels more like a business focused product. There's a lot of adverts and trailers for games that are coming or have already been announced. And again, that's kind of half the reason I brought this to the table, is to look at the games that were revealed or re-revealed at the event, as opposed to the awards ceremony side of things. It is worth noting that It Takes Two did win Game of the Year, which is a game that I played on stream with Amanda, and probably one of my favorite games of the year. Certainly, it's a crack.
That's it. You didn't
It was one of the few that I actually heard of.
Yeah,
one of the few games in the list I knew of.
I didn't play it, but watching you play it, it felt like a worthy winner. Probably in like a few that could have been worthy, but just seeing like kind of the way the game design in it and everything, it looked cracking it, and as I say, it felt like I had a good shout.
Yeah. I didn't watch it. This was the It Takes Two, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't watch you play it. I'm sorry about that. But the way you talked about it sounded amazing.
Yeah, it's great fun. It sounded
fantastic.
Very innovative.
It made me want to play it.
Yeah, very innovative in how it kind of dealt or made you do things, certain tasks in split screen, and how it played around with having two players playing on the same screen. It's very quite meta in some ways as well.
I don't know whether it was just because it was you and Amanda, but it seemed to have this great competitive side to it.
Yep.
Even in a cooperative game, like there were bits where you could, it wasn't all about working together. Like there were key moments where you could fight each other, or I say fight each other. You have to outscore each other. So it seemed like a worthy winner in probably a world of a lot of worthy winners. But I pat on the back for doing it.
I presume you don't have to play it as two people. You can play it on your own, right?
I don't know.
I think it's two only.
Really, that's cool. That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, because they've got a couple, haven't they? They did, was it Brothers, and I can't remember what the other one. Then the other one's the one that I've played, and I can't remember what that one's.
The prison one.
Yeah, the prison one.
Yeah.
That was fucking awesome. And
I played that.
Fucking life of me, remember what it's called. But it's one of those. One of my mates got it because we found it like stupidly cheap just before release, because Amazon I think they fucked up on the pricing on it and had it out on the PlayStation for like 12 quid, like as a pre-order. Then as soon as it came out, it was at 50 quid.
Yeah.
And we banged through it in a couple of nights with my good friend Jack Daniels whilst playing it. And
your only friend.
The prison one,
Jimmy. No.
So when you said, hang on, who was doing the other joypad? Who was doing the other gamepad? It wasn't Jack Daniels, was it?
No, it was my mate Ben.
It wasn't Harvey the rabbit.
But we were drinking a lot.
I was going to say, Jimmy, you totally should get on that. As when you
Oh yeah, it sounded great. What's it on?
Well, everything, I think.
Yeah,
I think
PS,
like
PS4,
PlayStation,
PS5.
Xbox, PC,
Right.
Switch. Is it on
And what's
Switch
it cheapest on?
It's not on Switch. It's not on Switch, so I
it
would
probably
say
will depend, Jimmy, on when you're buying it. Like, because I reckon there'll be a load of January sales coming up on like the PS Store and stuff like that. So just keep
bet
your
you
eyes
those
peeled, I
ramped up in price though, because it got Game of the Year. But
Yeah, I guess so.
kind of taking all sale prices off that. But yeah, if you do get a chance to pick it up cheap, do you know what? No, just pay full price because it's cracking. It weren't a full price game. I think it was about 40 quid. So it weren't,
What we got in the
it's a good
Patreon?
title. We do. I'll buy it for you. The two trailers I really wanted to kind of highlight, really for Jimmy, to be honest with you, the notorious games player amongst us. The first being that Star Wars Eclipse game.
I watched the trailer for that
one.
Did you see it though, Lacey?
I haven't even heard of Star Wars.
Oh,
Jesus, Lacey, the trailer is epic.
Shall
I'll mute myself. So
I'll mute myself.
Is
That's
this
worth a
gonna
look.
make me like massively happy? Because
I don't know.
really liked Jedi Fallen Order. I didn't like Battlefield or Squadrons, and I am still waiting for the KOTOR remake.
Do you like groups of men playing drums? If yes, I like this trailer.
Well, I like Slayer.
Do you like Stomp?
Are we talking Slayer or Slipknot levels of drums?
I was thinking more tribal than that, but you will see. I think you might like it. Yeah,
I got excited by it.
I think the most pertinent question: did you like Heavy Rain and or what's the other stuff that Quantic Dream did?
Look, Beyond Two Souls.
Yeah, did you like their games?
I have them on my hard drive. I've never played them because they've been PS Plus games. So they're on my hard drive to play.
I've got them in the cupboard.
They're in my
still sealed.
You
Stu, have you played
cupboard
them?
Of shame. I have my hard drive of shame.
Stu, have you played the games?
Yes. Yeah.
Are they good?
They are, but I think they're an acquired taste because they're very narrative driven.
I don't mind a story.
And I'm only assuming that this is going to be the same because they don't give anything away in the trailer, which I'm trying to keep up. I just got like 3 adverts though.
Yeah, they don't give anything away in the trailer.
No.
They make it look epic. And the problem I had was I watched this and I was like, wow, that does look amazing. And then I watched the Star Trek game trailer.
Yeah.
And it looked fucking shocking compared to this.
That did look odd, didn't it? Yeah, but this I don't know. I don't.
Want to hit the sound, Stu?
There you go.
Are you sharing sound? Because I can't hear anything.
Yeah, I can't hear anything.
Oh. That's all right. What'd you do without the sound? It's fine. We'll talk over it.
Jimmy could do
looks
some
incredible.
accent voiceovers.
Yeah. In a world of green monkeys. Oh, there's a trap. Hello, we're aliens. Oh, look, I'm Cad Bane, possibly. I love the drums. Moo.
Bored am I? Of this franchise.
See,
I'm
that was one of the
naked
points.
C-3PO.
Don't
Blink.
stare at the eclipse.
Zum, 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 zum. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. No. Oh no, that's Yoda again. Racist Chinese voice. Bzum, zum. Here we come. Come and have a go. If you think you're hard enough. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. God, that was epic.
It is almost as if we were watching the actual trailer, to be honest.
Yeah, no. Why aren't we talking about it instead of letting this fucking moron? Thank you for joining in instead of making me just tip myself off.
I wasn't enjoying it because I was really thoroughly enjoying it, Jimmy. I fucking was. I was loving it.
Oh, hang on, this look good. The music adds a huge amount to it. It's a shame we didn't have the music, but look at this bit. I like this bit.
This is quality podcasting.
Yeah.
But hey, at least we won't get a probably won't get a copyright strike. We should do this for everything.
Well, other than that dude from Police Academy might put a copyright strike. He goes, I do the noises around here.
It did look epic.
It looks really, really cool, but it doesn't tell me a fuck all about what it is.
No.
There's
an eclipse and Jedi's.
It's very like I guess early, isn't it? They're not giving you anything about gameplay. No, I'm not saying like actual seeing gameplay, but it's giving you kind of no indication of what style it'll be played in. But yeah, I think to a large part it did look. I mean, it looked good, didn't it? Like it had a very good sort of art design to it, and I think it looks interesting as ever. Though, like fucked me off when they showed me C-3PO, and I'm like, oh fuck off! We don't need him. Start telling original story. You don't need to stick the old boys back in every single time. And I did get excited by the idea of some trade negotiations and some embargoes. It's my sort of game. That is, let's put slap a fucking embargo on them and blockade.
It looked incredible, like because that's obviously none of that's in-game play, is it? That's all the cutscenes.
It's all going to be FMV,
yeah. And looks fantastic. But then they brought out the Star Trek trailer, and as you know, I'm a Star Wars and a Star Trek man. I am.
How can you? It's not allowed.
By Star, we call ourselves. And the Star Trek game, the graphics looked like they were from the PS2. They looked so bad, and it said. Do you want to agree with the ambassador? Yes or no?
I felt like I had a better idea of what sort of a game it was, though. But you are right, Jimmy. Yeah. It did look like.
Am I right though? Because I don't play a lot of games anymore, but I thought it looked so bad.
Yeah, no, it did. It looked really, 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 really out of date. A bygone era.
Oh, here it is. But who is this? Creators of the games of Batman.
Telltale.
Yeah.
So if Telltale did it, it has a set art style, which is what Telltale have always done.
That's what my wife said to me. She said it was the art style.
The thing is, you're right, Jimmy. It's hard watching this post that Star Wars one, though, isn't it? Because you come out of like these glossy, amazing like FMV scenes to this, and it just kind of feels like decades ago now.
Right.
Make it so.
I will say I will pick up for this because if it's done by the guys that were behind Telltale before, obviously they've now been closed down. The stories and the stuff behind them make their games awesome. They may not look the best, but they're always fucking fun to play.
Yeah, it's fair. I really enjoyed the Batman game actually.
And the two Batman ones are amazing. The Guardians one is amazing. The Tales of the Borderlands one, I have no fucking interest in Borderlands. I've never played them. But I flew through the Tales of the Borderlands game. It was a freebie on PS Plus. But because it was done by Telltale, I was like, I'll give it a go. And it interested me enough to then actually go back to play Borderlands because of what they did in that world.
Well, as a trailer, though, it looks bad, but it gives you an idea of what sort of gameplay you're going to get, doesn't it? Like, so you know going in, like, is this the sort of thing I'm going to play? And actually, yes, I think you're right. My inclination to play this, because I like Telltale games as well, and I go, that'll look good in its cellophane in a cupboard at some point.
I actually think
it'll look good on the hard drive.
Yeah.
Of the two that we've just seen, I think, Jimmy, you would probably enjoy the Star Trek game a lot more, because it is an old school adventure game. It's slow, it's methodical, it's kind of, again, very narrative based, and you have to make choices and such.
If you've got a PlayStation or an Xbox, I don't know what you've got, because I know you've got
both.
Office, but
whatever.
You can usually get.
But it is the PlayStation 1 and the Xbox one. So
I have got the PS1 and the PS2 in the garage.
You can usually get episode 1 of the Telltale games for free.
Yeah.
They do Walking Dead, they do Batman, they do Guardians, they do
there's the Fables one. I can't remember what it's called. It's the werewolfy one, which is
Wolf Among Us.
Yeah, that's correct.
You can always get the first episode for free. Just download one of those, have a crack at one of them. If you get on with it, that's what all their games are like. and that will tell you if you like it or not.
And strangely, when we said about like Quantic Dreams and like Beyond and those sort of games, they're not that massively dissimilar, are they? They're normally kind of better graphically heavy, maybe, but it's you make a decision and there's a consequence. But in the Telltale ones, it's a lot more kind of menu options, isn't it? So I think they actually will have quite similar basis for what the game.
Do I get to play something, or am I just clicking on obey or not obey the orders? Like an adventure book, turn to page 34.
It's similarities to that, yeah.
There are bits like that, but then there will be like quick time events. Yeah. So like you have to press the buttons in order to do a fight scene. There'll be puzzles. You know, it's not Arkham Knight. It's not Spider-Man. It's not, you're being that hero and
it's not Call of Duty
doing the fighting. Yeah, and it's not Call of Duty. You're not doing all the shooting, but there will be bits of it where you are shooting targets or using a gun or having fights, but done as like you have to press the buttons in the right order, sort of stuff. So it's not just I want to say option B, I want to say option A. It's not that, but a lot of it, of where the story will go, will be on what you answer in those bits. Yeah. So I replayed the Batman, the first Batman one about 6 times, and got 6 completely different stories because of the options that I chose during it.
Yeah.
And that should work for Star Trek, because Star Trek should be more cerebral, more of a thinking person. The problem is with me is I love Star Trek, but I also love like the games that I bought every year were the WWE 2K games. Well, before that, the SmackDown versus Raw games, and when they were good, when you actually could, do some serious damage.
They make the most anticipated games at the Games Award. WT. I can't even. What would it be? Would it be
2K22,
isn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, 2K22. I'm just waiting for the skin removal and floating hair again, like last on 2K20.
And Batman Arkham, I really enjoyed the first one, Arkham Asylum.
So you do. It sounds like you do like your action-based games. Then perhaps perhaps you might get bored of these. I don't know. I don't know what
I like, to be honest. I enjoyed Worms. Played Worms a while back. I loved Worms.
I like a bit of Worms.
Can you play Worms online? We could have a good game of Worms online if we can.
There is Worms Battleground, which is an online one. It's a little bit different to how you remember Worms from the old days, but it's just a bit more chaos in Battleground.
Fucking live Twitch a worm off against us all.
I'd rephrase that.
Live Twitch are worms.
Yeah.
My nan always used to say, if you've got worms, I'm going to stick a carrot up your bum. She'd see you scratching your bum. You go, what's wrong with you? You got worms? Stick a carrot up your bum. You go, does that take care of it?
Yeah.
No, I just want to stick a carrot up your bum.
Turnip, much better. Girthier.
And skinnier at the start.
Yeah, exactly.
Ease you in. That's all from the Game Awards. Nothing really much else. I mean, plenty of games were announced, but I'll leave it for you to go and discover what they were. I'm sure you probably know already, but I'm pushed for time at this stage. Splinter Cell reboot was announced as well this week. It's a shame Mid's left because I kind of brought this in for him to know he's a Splinter Cell fan. Any other Splinter Cell fans among us?
I liked the first 2.
It was too hard for me.
And me, Seddon, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it's balls hard. It is balls hard, but they were a fun concept. The last one I played was the first one on the 360, and that was awful and ridiculously, stupidly hard. And I don't think I finished the first level, and that was where I binned it off and left. I don't know if they did any after that, but that was my
I don't know.
I'm out level.
It slots into that pantheon of every game that has any element of stealth in it whatsoever. I'm out. If I can't run in the room, fire randomly at people and leg it back out again and just do that repeatedly.
If you can't Leroy Jenkins it, you're out.
So, I mean, I don't know. You guys must do that, mustn't you? Where you're playing a game with shooting and I presume the same thing goes for your head. You go, right, I'm going to fucking Han Solo this. I'm going to fuzz it down that corridor, pew, pew, pew. Then as soon as they start coming back at me, I'm legging it back and letting
Run
them take care
away!
of it. Yeah. That's why I like playing co-op with my brother so much. I just run into rooms and then just fucking hose it past him so that he would have to take care of the bad guys.
Him deal with the consequences. I like it.
So yeah, Splinter Cell was as I say, just too tricky for me. I guess that's the pull, isn't it, of the challenge of it. But there are some times where I think I don't necessarily want to go into be easy, but I don't want to have to spend a long time figuring out how the fuck it is
life's
I'm
too
gonna do
short.
this thing. Yeah.
You know, I think sorry, Jimmy, you go.
Well, I was going to say a game I was thinking about the other day, which I really enjoyed in the arcades, was a sniper game where you had the gun.
I know the one you're on about, but I can't for the life of me remember.
Yeah, I can't remember. It was probably just called something like Sniper or something.
They have it in Retro Replay in Norwich, which I will plug because it's fucking amazing. Is a massive arcade where you basically pay a tenner, get a wristband, and you can just play for as long as the fuck you like.
Wow, that's amazing.
There's no fruities, but
What,
it's
they
just
haven't got
like
the handicap fruit machine? Fuck it, I'm out.
His first question.
Yeah. It's just full of like old arcade games and stuff.
But I was wondering why there aren't guns for. Do they bring guns out for the latest consoles?
Do you
I
know
haven't
why?
seen one in a
Do you know
while.
why they can't do it?
Well, I don't know.
HD TVs and so anything post tube TVs doesn't line the shooting.
Right.
So that's why
things like Duck Hunt. I couldn't play Duck Hunt.
But it was a huge thing, wasn't it?
Can have a light gun now
for so long. That was such a huge thing, wasn't it? Like here's your game, and we'll fucking rob the parents for twice the amount, so you can get like a gun to go with it.
No, it's because TVs have come so far ahead that the technology behind the light gun system and how it works doesn't work on modern TVs.
There must be but they must be able to come up with a new system to shoot your TV.
You'd say that, but they've not done it since.
Yeah. No, they haven't, have they? My wife thought it could because maybe they didn't want to advertise selling guns. Yeah.
Yeah, every game has guns in it.
You wouldn't want to, would you? When you're selling someone Call of Duty, you wouldn't want to advertise guns, would you?
So Silent Hill, Splinter Cell.
I tell you what, mate. I wish
now
it was
give me Silent Hill.
I know. I'm sorry.
Give me some of that.
Sorry to get people's hopes up. No, Splinter Cell's getting a remake. I think it's. I can't see what year it's penciled in for. Probably let's say 2023. Why not? Sounds reasonable. Using the Snowdrop engine, which is going to be the engine behind their Avatar game and that Ubisoft Star Wars game, which I will look forward to. I think I like a Ubisoft game. I like a Star Wars game.
The Avatar game, is that the movie?
Yes.
Avatar. Oh, fucking hell.
What, only 6 years, 7 years too late?
They're working on the sequel still, aren't they? Isn't the sequel due for release in the not too distant? But then they've been saying that since the 3.5 seconds after they released the last one. But I'm
trilogy,
surprised.
I believe.
Well, I won't be playing that.
Is Jimmy all right?
I'm okay.
I'll mute him. There we go. He's muted. So there we go. Although I kind of want Jimmy around for the next story, to be honest with you. The final story is Lacey, you bought this, I believe. Kevin Owens re-signing with the WWE.
Big Kev.
There's a couple of bits I do want to add at the end that have come out today about the actual contract.
Okay. Well, over to you, my friend.
So Owens has signed a multi-year, believed to be 3 to 4 year contract worth $2.5 to $3 million a year. But the interesting part is, if at any point the Fed then decide to future endeavor him, he has no non-compete clause in the contract. So he can't be good brothered.
I think this day and age.
So basically, if they then decide, because obviously the big thing was WrestleMania last year, they obviously signed Luke and Gallows to massive deals, only to go, actually 2 months later, no, we don't want you, fuck off. and then they had to sit out their 90 days. In Owens' contract, if they fuck him, he can literally walk into AEW the very next day.
How did he get that contract? Jesus.
Feels like a chunky contract as well, doesn't it? Monetarily, like
Yeah.
Comparatively, that's got to put him near the top end of WWE earners, I'd have thought.
I would say probably Becky, Seth, Roman, obviously Brock.
Oh yeah, sorry. In my head, I thought like Brock's and Goldberg's moves around. I kind of discounted them because I think their deals are just kind of special anyway, aren't they? They're more like per appearance.
Yeah, no, I agree. You said he's got to be up there. That's insane because, like, I don't know if who watched Survivor Series. Did anyone watch Survivor Series?
No,
I don't think so.
Stu,
I can't remember though.
So do you know what happened in the men's match?
Yep.
Oh, he walked out, didn't he? He didn't fight.
He didn't even fight. All the teams came in, 5-on-5, SmackDown versus Raw, like it fucking matters. And I think there was some arguing over a tag, maybe straight at the start. And he just went, and he left. He didn't do anything. And he's face at the moment. And that's a real heelish prick move to do. It was very bizarre. And you're like, is he doing a who was the wrestler from Impact who was in a battle royal and she just eliminated herself and walked off? Gal Kim. I was like, is he just done a Gal Kim? Just like, fuck this, I don't want to be part of it. It was bizarre to watch.
Well, he's done a lot on his Twitter, didn't he, in the last few months? Like he was quite open early, and most of them aren't, about my contract is running out. And even on and I don't watch Raw, SmackDown, or the pay-per-views anymore, but I certainly gathered that part of kind of the angle he's been in is, as you say, Jimmy, things like walking out and kind of going, well, I might not be here, but like not quite Summer of Punk-esque, but like I don't know when I'll be around and I want to win the title and things like that. And I mean, that made me think that he was re-signing because they're not going to give him camera time to do that if he isn't signing again. And do you know what? I'd have loved to have seen him go to AEW because I'd have loved to have seen him back with the Close Your Ears, Lacey, back with the Bucks, and back with Adam Cole as Mount Rushmore, like they were when they were doing some fantastic stuff when they were in PWG. But I think he's right to stay. I think it's a bad company at the moment. I think it's badly booked, but I think he is highly regarded in it. I think he'll get paid more there than he would at AEW, and I think he is highly regarded by them. Now that doesn't mean much in that company as it stands, but I think he is their upper mid main guy, and I think they see him in that range, and I think they continue to see him in that range. So I think it's a really good deal for him. But yeah, just a shame. So I'd like to have seen him unleashed. And when I say unleashed, not even necessarily in the ring, because I think his ring stuff's still good in WWE as well. But I like if you've never seen it, the run he has in ROH when Cornette's there. It's amazing because they let the two of them just literally tear strips off each other off the mic. I mean, they
hated each other, didn't they?
Yeah. But they let them do it, and they let them say the most hateful shit to each other, and it's really good. And I think it would have been nice to maybe see him getting the freedom of the mic again, which he won't ever get in the WWE because it is a corporation, and it has its kind of PG elements. But yeah, I think it's probably the right decision for him and his career.
He's got to do what's best for him, isn't he? Financially and for his family and whatnot. And they must have offered him something good. He's got to be champ in the next 12 months, surely.
So, to be fair, if you're going to get 2 to 3... Because the thing is, obviously, I haven't seen the exact contract because no one will. But as I said, the reports are between 2 and 3 million a year. I would take being middle of the card on SmackDown for that for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Because, they're independent contractors. They don't get a pension and shit and like any of that other stuff that as normal employees to a company you get. But that sort of money's going to sort you out for... As long as you're sensible with your money, that will fucking sort you out. The one thing, I know how much I shit on the Fed, but I do watch the documentaries on there. There's a Kevin Owens one, the 365 days. It was around the point when he had that WrestleMania match with Jericho.
Yeah,
because it's in that year cycle, and you see him with his kids and his wife, and he humbly lives. You just know that he's one of those type of guys that is going to be fucking clever, sensible with his money.
Yeah,
he's not living some sort of fucking lavish lifestyle. And if they've come to him and gone, right, if we honour your contract for the full of it, this is what it is a year. You know, it'd be stupid to not take it.
WWE's been criticised a lot by a lot of people, including myself, about their treatment of people who aren't made from within the company. You know, people who come in from indie promotions. But I think Kevin Owens has been treated well while he's there. I think he's one of the rarities. I think him, AJ Styles are probably the ones that really stand out to me, who did make a name for themselves outside of the Federation first, but were accepted as if they are.
What do you think that
WWE
is?
creator? I don't know. Maybe it's the way they do
Generico in that as well.
Oh yeah, sorry, Sami Zayn as well. Yeah.
And
maybe
Finn.
Yeah.
Finn's booking, man. Like, I get the feeling Vince hates Finn, but that's a different story for a different
I think
day,
that's because he broke his shoulder in his first night in.
He didn't choose to though. Like,
yeah,
no,
for him, yeah.
But you know how Vince sees shit.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I mean, they are a few, and you say, Stu, why? I mean, I just wonder whether it's the way they act. Like maybe they just vibed well. You know, they've made, and it sounds terrible, like saying things like made the right friends. I don't think any of them are kiss asses or anything like that. I think maybe they just
they're probably just not in that though.
Better.
Yeah.
Like,
Kevin Owens has been given a lot of good points in his career as well, hasn't he?
I forgot Seth Rollins as well, so obviously he would sit in that group as well as someone who was on the.
Like when KO's debut on the main roster, he was the NXT champion. He came in and beat Cena clean, didn't he?
Very good, wasn't it?
And that was like, that's fucking ace. He did great stuff with NXT with Zayn. He came up. They had the Triple H come in and sort of help him get the belt. There's been a good few things with him, but it doesn't feel like they've ever properly capitalized on him.
He's never been a top guy for him, has he? Like,
No.
even when he's been champ, he's always kind of been like one of the, let's say, the transitionals, or there's a bigger feud going on somewhere else, and he can hold the belt while that other feud's going on. But
He doesn't, and also they jobbed him to Goldberg, didn't they?
Yeah.
But I like my wrestlers big and muscly. I say this all the time. I like him, and I don't mean like Bobby Lashley muscly. I don't mean that. I mean I like him looking like something, and they don't have to be big and muscly. They can just be
Impressive.
big fucks like Yokozuna or Bam Bam Bigelow or Earthquake or whatever. Like the Giant,
So basically, you mean they need to be imposing and impressive.
But but like I'll go Shawn Michaels and Brett as well. Like they still looked like. I do like my people to look like superstars. Even AJ Styles, like I think he's my height, AJ, but he still looks like he's giving it a go. Yeah. And KO he just doesn't. He's somewhere in the middle, and
it looks like someone you see in the pub.
And funny enough, that's even more reason why, like, I guess it was a surprise that of the indie wrestlers, he was accepted because he goes against that kind of Vince norm, doesn't he? Like he throughout his career, he's been known about, and I'm going to say weight issues because I mean that was one of the things that Cornette really went at him for. But I mean, like he said himself, like there are times where he's just like wanted to eat, so he's ate loads and got out of what he would think is his best ring condition. But his best ring condition, he's never going to be the cut musty person, is he? But yeah, so even more reason why I guess he was a surprise that the EE have kind of really kept faith in him. But he's such a talent as well, though. He's so
he's
so
great
good
on
the
the
mic, and so good
and
on
the
ring,
mic, yeah. But it's like you look at it, like someone like Eddie Kingston, who's slightly better looking than him, in slightly better shape. For me, he's better on the mic, but I don't know. I could see more with Kingston than KO because he just looks he looks like he looks after himself just a little bit better.
Something like
he's just a little bit better looking.
If he had gone to AEW, I'd have loved to have seen Kingston Owens fight in the ring and on the mic. That would have been nice, but. Twasn't to be, and again, the boys made a fat load of cash out of it. So good on him,
good on him, absolutely.
Yeah, perhaps he wins the title at day one now.
Or
maybe,
or Rumble. Could be a Rumble winner.
Could be.
I'd love that. I'd love to see him win the Rumble.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I mean, I can't remember. Were we talking about it on WhatsApp the other day? Like, I think it was a bit of a, even though. Maybe some of us aren't in love with it. We are coming to Rumble season, and I'm still going to find it very difficult.
About it. I'd forgotten about the Rumble season. I fucking love the Rumble.
But I'm going to try and not watch it, but I bet I do. But I don't know who.
I bet you do.
I don't know who the Rumble winner is, if you know what I mean. Like, there's not that kind of that guy that you think, that's the person who's going to go against Reigns at Mania, or the person who's going to go against Biggie. Well, that's the thing, like, and if I did switch it on and it was the Rumble and The Rock won it, that really would be. I think I would set fire to my TV.
Owens Reigns at WrestleMania would be I think that'd be a marquee match, wouldn't it?
I will say, I will put my flag in the ground right now. Rock Reigns will be the main event of Mania.
I think as long as they can get Rock, that's the main event.
Ain't coming in to do the Rumble. No. He ain't going to do any long build. He'll turn up in late February, early March and just do it a month, get a title match, put Roman over to solidify him. So whoever wins the Rumble is getting Big E.
And I can see Owens Big E. I could see a build for that. I really could.
That'll be the opening match of WrestleMania, won't it?
Did you see the rumor that The Rock might be buying him with the Khan dude?
Yes.
To buy the WWE.
He's not related to Tony Khan, is he?
No.
Sorry, I was going to shout this out. Colin Doolan, often
Nick
listener of the...
Nick Khan, the guy that runs it.
Colin Doolan says Happy Christmas.
Auntie?
Thank you, Colin.
Auntie is related to The Rock? Or he's related to the family
Rock's related to everyone, isn't he? Like...
There was a whole thing I saw.
I better get a good Christmas present from him this year because it's been a while.
Because there was a whole thing of like, because it was Nick Khan, some woman who I really for the fuck can't remember what her name was or what the relation was, and The Rock, and she was a connection between them two.
Yeah,
and it went back to the 80s, so it was like. Relations back to Rock's mum and the Hawaii territory, so it's pre-Fed shit.
Surely if WWE is getting sold, though, it's only getting sold to one place, and it's getting sold to Disney, surely.
You would have thought
so.
Yeah.
So, right, what network are they on in the States? It's Fox
Peacock,
Sport, which is... Fox is owned by Disney. Who owns NBC?
Disney, isn't it?
Probably Disney. I don't know.
I think Disney is NBC, isn't it? I think so.
Because obviously that will be... Because obviously the Peacock is NBC's app.
Let's be honest, Disney owns all of it at this point. There's no one's not...
The issue is not who owns... It's not who owns WWE, it's who's booking WWE. That's what's the important thing.
No, this is where you're wrong, though, on that one. Because if Disney own the Fed, they are going to put in people that will want it to be child-friendly. There'll be no fucking interesting or edgy storylines. It will literally be watered down 90 fucking 4 levels of shit.
I'm with you there.
Isn't it both, though? Like, isn't it whoever owns it is going to put the booker in? Now, you're right. If it's Disney, it may well be child-friendly. But I think the owner and the booker is a... The owner's going to employ the booker, isn't it? And I think that's what's going to be the key. We probably want a new owner because the owner's only going to ever let himself book it at the moment, isn't it? And we know that we're not liking that. No. So we need a new owner to hopefully try and get a new booker in. The
problem is, at the minute, Vince is a fucking senile old cunt that is obsessed with a fucking golden egg and needs to just get in the fucking bin and let someone else have a fucking go. I would rather see fucking what Stephanie would come up with than Vince.
It's been a while, though, isn't it? This isn't a quick decline, is it? Like,
No.
It's been steadily going off kilter for a while, hasn't it?
But the thing is, right, you've
What,
got
this show?
Hunter. I mean,
yeah. Christmas.
Get Hunter and Sean booking. Or fuck it, give it to Heyman.
The thing is,
now I would love that. Give it to Heyman.
They're not going to give it to Heyman because Vince would never let it go to Heyman. But they can't give it to Hunter and Sean because Hunter and Sean have failed already. They've failed at NXT.
In Vince's eyes or in our eyes?
NXT. I love NXT. It's some of the best, but NXT got lower ratings than anything else WWE was putting on at a time when we were going. Most of the rest of the stuff is shit, but it was still destroying NXT in the ratings. And I think the stuff that they would produce is they'd produce stuff that wrestling fans like us want, and I'm sure there's a younger audience that want that as well, but they don't know it yet. But the WWE is about mass-produced goods now, isn't it? It's not a wrestling company anymore. Purely, is it? It is an entertainment company, and I don't think I love the stuff that I think Hunter and Sean would put on, but I think WWE's gone too far. It's not. I don't think it's ever coming back. It's never going to be a wrestling company at its base anymore. It's at this point, it's an entertainment company only.
Yeah, I agree.
Which I think it would fit so well with Disney, to be fair.
Yeah, you know, like Disney would love that, wouldn't they? Because obviously it's a lot of they produce a lot anyway, but also like on your Disney Plus, you can have the escape from the that New Day thing they did on Netflix. You know, they can use these characters to just produce loads of shows on Disney Plus, and you know, I think it would be great for them. God, did I kill Jimmy by mentioning that Netflix special?
That's a mini doing.
He's done to get the urn.
We ain't spoke wrestling for a while, have we? So there we go.
Bring back podcast.
Bring back the podcast. Well, you're welcome to do it. You are welcome.
New year, new podcast.
Who knows?
Right, said you've heard it here.
I'll get on that when I finish editing 25 pop videos.
And how many comic books and everything else that you got?
I think you know, like behind the curtain stuff. I think I've got I don't know, say episodes or whatever term we're going to use, but I think I've got like 35 different episodes of shows to edit and get up on YouTube. But I've got plenty of time. You know, some of that stuff won't come out for another 14, 15 weeks, so it's fine.
Jimmy was saying that he's still waiting for his.
Do you know what? His is next. That's the one that's supposed to be this week. Yeah, it was supposed to be Monday, but I just forgot. I totally forgot to put that or the Colt one up. And then Chris had said about it. He said later, he said, "Oh, you not put it up." And I'm like, "Oh shit, I forgot." And then, to be honest, I wasn't going to. We've got a comic book one coming up over the Christmas period as well, haven't we, Chris? And then a New Year's one, but. I know we were changing, obviously, the releases. Like we're going to do this at Christmas, and we've got the Stiffies. And I was actually going to probably avoid things like the Cult one and the Pop ones over the Christmas period because we've got so much of kind of this content coming out in the comic book one. But in theory, me and Jimmy are the first one on the new year.
Yeah, your Pop video, Jimmy.
Yeah, looking forward to it. I just heard that it was coming up. I did. I had to pop off, but I could still hear because I had my.
You probably have your Halloween decorations up on in that one.
The thing was, is Mid said early, didn't he? He showed that box about we have to do the Spider-Man one, and I'm like, yeah. And I think we will get together and film it this week. It will come out in the summer, won't it? It'll be us going in honor of No Way Home. It'll have been out on DVD for 4 months by that point.
Yeah. You'll be in your Christmas jumpers. Okay. Jimmy, you said you wanted to add another news story in there. Is there?
Just very quick. My wife is a massive fan of old horror movies, in particular Dracula. She's a big fan of, and she heard this morning that they are releasing a Renfield. Is it Renfield? Dracula's Renfield movie, probably called Renfield. I mean, his story's in all the Dracula films anyway, but with I think Nicholas Hoult playing Renfield, but playing Count Dracula, Nicolas Cage, and we were just blown away by this idea of Nick. Yeah, I got excited by it. She got she felt sick.
Yeah.
Because it's also going to be part of this monster universe.
You said when you were started off there, Jimmy, you were saying Ryan Renfield movie, Nicholas Hoult. Yeah. I'm like, fucking hell. And I just started to Google it when you said Nicolas Cage is going to be Dracula. And that's when I went like that.
But Nicolas Cage as Dracula. Yeah, I was as well. And then I watch Nicolas Cage do stuff because he's just, you never know what you're going to get. He can be brilliant. He can be awful.
You're going to get the same thing every time. That's what he does.
No, because he's great in some stuff.
A lot and stuff like that.
That's good. That was a good Cage.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Missed it.
Amazing.
Yeah. Missed it.
He's brilliant. And the last couple of trailers I've watched for Nicolas Cage that we put on our WhatsApp group, I thought looked really good fun.
Well,
his film where he's playing himself.
He does
Cage film, yeah.
I think what has become good with Nicolas Cage, though, wasn't it? There's that beginning bit of the career, isn't it? Where I think he is great, and I think he's kind of an actor, like learning his way, and sometimes he overacts and all this sort of thing. But I think he finds his feet, and then he falls into that trap of just doing the same shit over and over again. But partially the people who were employing him, because they were just producing movies that kind of played up to that and didn't really. But like in this latter part of the career, he's still doing that shit, but it's just in much more interesting movies, isn't it? You watch him like in Mandy, and you just go, "This is brilliant." Whereas you watch him in The Wicker Man, and you go, "Fuck off!" This is Nicolas Cage messing up The Wicker Man. So yeah, I think people want him in their movies now because I think he has that kind of cult cute, cult status. Like it's almost a status symbol getting him in a movie again. Yeah,
I wish we'd got the Tim Burton Superman with him as Superman.
You mentioned that the other week, didn't you? And that would be interesting. And back at that point, I think it could have been good.
But DC universe needs a reboot. There's still time.
Well, what the fuck are they doing with this monster unit? Because me and the wife were chatting, and they tried to start it off with The Mummy with Tom Cruise, and that was a flop. It's awful. Yes, well, that's what I thought. But then my wife said this is part of that monster universe. And I said, well, they had a Dracula for that because they were going to use the Dracula Untold Dracula, which was Luke.
Oh, God, what is his surname? I know the guy you mean.
Evans. He was Gaston in Beauty and the Beast and stuff. Brilliant actor. Really good. He was a good Dracula. And they had him. And then my wife went, why wouldn't they just use fucking Gary Oldman again? Why wouldn't you try and get Gary Oldman back as Dracula? I was like, yeah, why wouldn't you do that? Instead of hiring Nick Cage, like, I want to watch this just to see what sort of weird weird thing it is, because no way is is Nicolas Cage Dracula.
You can't imagine it, can you? It's going to be Jimmy. I really don't mean it to sound as insulting as it's going to, but he's worse than you at accents. How the fuck's he going to be Dracula?
Yeah. No, that's not an insult. I'll go with that. Favorite Nicolas Cage film? Anyone? I'll say something.
Leaving Las Vegas is probably.
That's the one you got the Oscar for, right?
Yeah, it's good. He's really good in it.
Yeah, he's an alcoholic, isn't he?
Yeah.
I'm not a massive fan. Let me kind of look at the back catalogue.
Raising Arizona is brilliant. Like early Coen brothers, him doing comedy, but playing it very straight is brilliant.
Yeah.
And then I'll still say that I will always enjoy the sort of 90s films. I think they're all 90s of Face Off, Con Air and The Rock. I think they're good action schlock, enjoyable. He had good people in them with them as well, like Malkovich in Con Air and John Travolta. They're thinking Face Off, and then The Rock with Sean Connery. I think they're good fun films. Not like amazing acting, but good fun films that I could happily watch.
It's weird. I do really like Con Air and The Rock. Certainly, like for the time it was, and I never liked Face Off. I just don't like it. And I know this is going to sound really stupid to say, but it's just so unbelievable. Now that makes it sound like Con Air and The Rock is, but I don't know. It was just that whole.
They are more believable than Face Off,
but it's such a convoluted thing to do, isn't it? Of going, oh, you're able to swap faces, but it to be so easy, and then a little bit later they just swap them back again and things like that. And I don't know. Because it's that was John Woo, I think, as well, wasn't it? And so it's got that kind of all that kind of I guess it was Hong Kong action movies coming over here with an American style. But yeah, I never got on with Face Off. But yeah, Con Air and The Rock. Like if they, when you're flicking through the TV sometimes, and you get that one scene like, and you just go, I'm staying. I'm not flicking any further. That's it. We're watching this now. So yeah,
Con Air had a great cast of villains, didn't it? With
yeah.
I mean, Danny Trejo's in it. Steve Buscemi. Malkovich, obviously, it was good. It was good fun.
It's that kind
of
a
good fun film, Con Air.
Like
good fun film.
It's a Dirty Dozen-esque type thing, but with like them all being criminals on a plane, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like all of them have enough character to keep drawing you in, and I think it's a cracking little movie.
Sorry, I was doing a little slot puzzle there.
And then obviously with The Rock, you've got Sean Connery as the sort of more comedic. There's some good videos on YouTube where they talk about how The Rock is a James Bond film.
Speaking of actors who got paid who could never do an accent, Sean Connery, still one of my favourite things ever in Highlander is getting like him, the Scottishman, not to play the Scottishman in it, but the Spaniard with a Scottish accent. It's amazing.
So I've reviewed
Money Penny.
I've reviewed the entire filmography of.
There's a lot of them, isn't there? Like,
because he does loads of crap films, just straight to DVD films as well.
Just to get paid.
My favourite would be The Croods.
The Croods is bloody good. I think The Croods is great.
It's good, but to me, Willy's Wonderland is his magnus opus.
I haven't seen that, but I've heard.
Where he says "fuck all" in the whole film. It's on Sky now because it went up on Halloween on Sky. But yeah, no, Willy's Wonderland is.
So Willy's Wonderland is about Nicolas Cage. He comes into town. He gets a job as a cleaner at a sort of a kids' foodery.
Yeah,
where there's arcades.
Yeah, it's basically Five Nights at Freddy's, which is a game.
What I was going to say. Yeah, that's what it sounds.
Whereas there's animatronics that come to life. They are possessed by child killer satanic cult, and he fucks them up, and doesn't say a fucking single word through the whole film. But it is his pièce de resistance.
and by the same token, like modern Cage, if we go modern Cage, if you've not seen it, give Mandy a go. It is.
I want to. I do want to.
It
look impressive.
It's weird. I'll let you know that beforehand. This is not a normal kind of here's A, B, C, D running through. It's a very strange movie, but it is very striking. I think everyone should watch it. Not everyone will like it, but I think it's one of those ones that's worth a watch because it will certainly drive conversation. Some of that conversation with some people will be, "What the fuck did I just watch?" But it's a cracking movie.
Is that on any of the streaming stuff?
Yeah.
Get it in the list for group.
Oh yeah, okay. Actually, good point. I'll do that. Yeah.
I think didn't he do like there's another film with the same director? I think the color purple. It's not the color purple. No, it's Whoopi Goldberg, isn't it?
What's the
Oprah Winfrey.
With the it's basically John Wick, but someone's stolen his pig instead of.
That's quite new, isn't it? That's supposed to be really good.
Pig.
I think it is called Pig, isn't it? I think that's actually being considered for quite some of the awards and some of the reasonable.
That's why you can never tell what you're going to get with Cage because they do straight to DVD, and then they do incredible movies like this Pig film apparently.
Similar, like Mel Gibson, like in post his inflammatory comments, but like I think his career had to dramatically change, and I think he had to take the roles that he was given, but it led to him doing some like really weird but interesting stuff, and I think that's where Nick Cage is. And but again, I think this is a renaissance of his career, isn't it? Because I think he's starting to do these, and people are going rather than going, "Oh, ho ho ho," there's a Nick Cage movie. I think he will get some decent roles off the back of this. Unfortunately, who knows what he'll do with them?
Who knows what he'll do with Dracula?
Yeah.
I'm fucking intrigued though.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to suck your blood.
No, but that's too good an accent. He won't
that
do
is.
that.
That is.
I want to suck your blood now. Yeah, I added that because Seddon had it. It was great.
Yeah,
give me your blood now.
Yeah.
I
now want to see it.
Nick Cage.
I
got really hot doing it. Is that my vaccine booster? Or is that doing a Nick Cage impression?
I was going to say
bunny in the box.
It's the shawl that's Chris. I think for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Put the cross back in the box.
Oh, that's the put the bunny in the box. Yeah, nice.
Right. It's that time when we move on to what we've been playing and watching. I am conscious of the time.
Jesus
Dude,
Christ!
it's the Christmas special. Fuck it. Let it run as long as it does.
Yeah, it's Christmas Eve. We'll see in Santa at this rate.
I don't know what we want to do. Whether we want to.
I was going to say, like, I'm more than happy because to not do mine. I would really like to hear about Jimmy's. Weirdly enough, and
yes, I think I would.
There's some patter in your stew because it's something obviously that we've been that we've all been watching. So
I can bin mine off in 2 sentences. I fucking hate the Batmobile in Arkham Knight. The rest of the game's wonderful, but the Batmobile is shit.
Yes, that was rather cumbersome to control, if I remember right. But I found it was quite fun, Lacey. What are you on about, mate?
There's no such thing as bad to control cars. It's just bad game players.
Yeah. What's wrong with it?
It's a fucking tank.
That's
the Batmobile is not a tank, and I don't want to have to fucking do half the game trying to throw this tank around.
While we're
when
doing,
I want to be Batman flying around punching people in the face.
While we're talking about Batman and we're doing shameless shilling, me and Chris have got a Christmas special for the comic book podcast, and it is about The Killing Joke, which is one of our favourite comic books of all time, and it is a Batman one. But as much as I just mocked you for there's no such thing as a bad Batmobile, it did cast my memory back to spoilers for our Killing Joke one. There's only one negative I say about the whole of Killing Joke, and it's just one small picture of the Batmobile in it. And I dedicate far too much time to whinging about that. But yeah, come along over the Christmas period and listen to us talk about the Joker and Batman.
Nice stuff. What I would say about the Batmobile, Lacey, in Arkham Knight, in recalling it, there are a lot of platforming sections that you have to do in the Batmobile, thinking about it, which isn't great.
Pulling down
taking Mario Kart to its ultimate end
over lumps just to go and blow up one fucking gun.
Yeah, you sold me, actually, to be fair.
It didn't need it. It's awful.
I think you talking about it, though, Chris, like over the last couple of weeks. I mean, it's the one that I haven't played of the series, and I do actually have it on the PS5. So I think
that's on the PlayStation Plus thing, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think what I'll do is I will try and have a crack at it during Christmas time off.
I really did enjoy that game.
The story is fucking amazing,
and
a lot of the side bits with all of the side evil characters like Riddler, Penguin, Firefly, all those guys is fun. It's just ruined by bits that you have to do in the Batmobile because it controls like a bag of shit.
Is the ventriloquist in it?
He is not, but you do find the ventriloquist dummy as
there you go. I mean, definitely playing it this week then.
And Mad Hatter's in there too.
Yeah, but that's your boy. I like the ventriloquist, not just your boy.
But you like Mad Hatter too?
I do, but like he's the top of your stable of boys with his ventriloquist. Is my Batman villain of choice.
Is Eggman in it?
Oh, God,
Eggman is not, nor is King Tut.
King Tut.
I'm out.
But
Eggman was Vincent Price.
There's a point. Some point we did Batman 66 for the comic book show.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a shout for that though, isn't there? Like in the game thing of doing a bit of an old school, more fun one. Like I said,
that'd be great
Batman
fun.
66 sort of style one, like a bit of a comedy element to it. You know, we've had the dark Batman in our cartoons, our movies for a long time, and our games. I think we do need. I mean, I guess we had Lego Batman games, but I feel like we need a fun Batman game again.
Yeah, bring back King Tut.
Bring back Tut and Eggman and
Eggman. I agree. Yeah. And have Batman running down a pier holding a big bomb above his head.
Yeah. And you know, we'll be on here. We'll be in hour 4 talking about how fucking hard that level is where you've got to run the bomb off the pier.
Speaking of Lego games, the did you see the the DC Villains game is out on PlayStation Plus this month?
Oh no, I'll grab
Yes, but I already have it. So.
Oh, do you? Is it any good, Lacey?
It's great.
I've got
that.
Have you? Nice.
It is standard Lego.
Mm.
It's just standard Lego game, so don't expect any sort of breakthroughs.
They've not reinvented Lego, yeah.
Yeah, they've not reinvented the wheel, but fun story, fun to play. Me and Will, because we got it when it came out, because it came out just around Christmas a couple of years ago. Will, with his Christmas money, went, I want to have the supervillains. Like, good choice, son. I will definitely let you have that with your Christmas money because I want to play it too. And me and him just sit there and crack through it.
How old is Will?
He is now 11.
See, that's the thing. It's lovely to hear that you can play a game with your 11-year-old son. And I think in my house, I don't have kids. Could I play that co-op with my missus? I wouldn't trust her with a controller. I really wouldn't.
No.
Like, and I wouldn't put the trust in her that you put in an 11-year-old child. What does that say about it?
Mate,
well, I've played
Benjamin.
It with
Sorry, Jimmy.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say
Benjamin play it?
He's better at video games than Andrew, I would say.
Yeah, she is. She's magically rubbish.
It's true. Sorry,
I'm
Jimmy.
probably the third best in my house behind my wife, then my 6-year-old son, and then me. But yeah, my 6-year-old got it. We got it for the Xbox One. It's too hectic for me, but I'm not saying that made it bad. There was just too much. The Joker throwing pies and shit. I'm going, fucking hell. The Harlequin's going around, it's all going a bit manic. So I had to. I have to just drop out, okay, and let him play it on his own. I'll come back in.
Dad's
I'll come
got to
back
do
in
some work in the office for a little while.
You can make your own villain in it, can't you? Or hero, I think.
You have to at the start, don't you?
See, that seems quite interesting. I like the idea of that.
The first sort of couple of
Dude,
levels.
you've already done Eggman, mate. You're fucked.
That is a bloody good point. Shit.
Yeah, the first couple of levels, you do it as a generic goon, which you make up as your character.
Yeah.
And then it then goes into everyone else, and you start using like Joker and Lex and Harley and like all the standard cast of crazies that you
But also you've got the not the Justice League, but the opposite to the Justice League rock up, don't they?
Yeah, the League of Doom.
Yeah, the League of Doom pop up, It's good fun. It was good fun. There's a lot to it.
It's been a while since I played a Lego as well, so I'll be able to forgive
Okay, on it, yeah.
And it has got standard Lego levels of humor as well, where there's the jokes for the adults who know the cartoons, the comics, and the older shit, and then there's the stuff that the kids will laugh at.
And you've got Hamill as Joker.
Yeah.
Is there a bit when I go to a Lego strip club and say ho ho ho's?
No.
And that's why it doesn't get 5 out of 5 on Lacey's score.
Jimmy, I want to hear about Santa Girl that you've watched.
Was it called Santa Girl or Santa's Girl?
You put Santa.
I know.
Girl.
I've been trying to remember the title of the thing anytime I think about it, because it's the worst.
Santa's Girl.
It's the worst title. Every time I say it to my missus, I'm going, "What am I talking about? But Girl Santa?
It is Santa
Mrs. Santa
Girl.
Santa Girl. Yeah.
Cue up the trailer for us.
Yeah. Cue up the trailer. We can
Let's do this.
We can talk over it. We do not need sound. Well, actually, you can play sound if you want. Yeah,
I
play the
think
sound.
you need the sound because you need the sound to tell you what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. Well,
I think you and me are going to be on the opposite end here again, Lacey.
Oh, hold on.
Keeps getting smaller.
Did I see some weird dog videos on the side there, Stu?
So you need the volume, Stu.
Oh Christ! Sorry, was that too much?
We couldn't hear it.
We can't hear it, mate.
Can you not?
No. But Barry Bostwick.
Voices again.
Barry I can't do the voices for this. You got Barry Bostwick. So anyone who's a fan of Rocky Horror Picture Show, that's Brad.
No way.
From Brad and Janet, yeah.
He's done well for himself, hasn't he?
I know, right? He was in a nut. Do you know? Did I tell you I watched Single All the Way the other day? Did I talk about that?
You did. It's on my list to get
Barry
to.
Bostwick was in that as well as one of the guy's dads. So what we've got here is this is Santa Claus's daughter, and her name is something Claus.
Yep.
And she just wants to be a normal girl and go off to college. And this is a normal chap she meets. But she's betrothed to get married to Jack Frost's son. To keep their business going, whatever business that is, it doesn't quite make sense. There's Jack Frost there, always lit with a blue light. She has to marry Jack Frost's son, but she goes to college and she meets that guy there. And Jack Frost, look, there he is going, Santa, don't F me over. The same extras are in every scene. Jack Frost, I like his face, to be honest, Jack Frost.
He looks like something from Game of Thrones. He looks like...
Yeah.
They
found it. That's how they saved some cash. They found that on the floor of the set of Game of Thrones. And went, we do something with this.
Oh, Devon works. There you go, Barry Bostwick.
There's some shit acting in the trailer alone.
Santa Girl. I mean, that title makes as an elf.
Yeah.
She never covers those. Yeah, she goes to college with her and wears a hat, but doesn't wear a hat over her ears. And no one talks about her ears until later on in the film when they decide to take the piss out of her. It's very bizarre.
Well, we live in now, Jimmy. You don't say anything about anyone anymore, do you?
Not on college campuses. They wouldn't fucking dare. No.
She'd be out,
but she says, I want to go to college. I want to be a normal girl. He says, you got to marry Jack Frost's son. I don't want to. You hear that Jack Frost's son has gone off anyway. She meets this, the hunk of the school. And they get on quite well. And then she meets this guy who's got no money, which was the guy with the dark hair.
Yep.
And she likes them both. And as it goes on, you find out that the hunk of the school is actually Jack Frost's son anyway. And he's trying to get to know her as well. And there's a bit of a love triangle. And eventually she's supposed to marry Jack Frost's son, but Santa goes and, meets the young lad and she gets with him. The problem is... not as we watched the film, I said to my wife again, like Santa's sleigh, you go, there's potentially a story here. There's potentially a film here. It's just made by 15-year-olds. And the production value on Santa's sleigh, I thought was good. At least there was good sets and good set pieces and special effects. This looks like it's filmed in someone's house. A lot of the costumes don't fit. When Santa Girl is supposed to be dressed up, she's just wearing one of the outfits she wore earlier. You get the same extras in the college as you do in the mystical world of the Santa Claus people. It's fucking awful. It's really, really bad. But me and my wife were both having massive COVID anxiety, so we're like, just put anything on and we watch it. We're like, this is making us feel okay.
From the trailer, though, this kind of has that kind of, like you're saying how bad it is. This is one where I used to watch that trailer. That's why I want to hear you talk about it, because this one had the vibes of this looks so bad it could be good. This could become a guilty pleasure kind of. Yeah, for me, it was schlocky and shitty enough. And I will be giving this a watch, Jimmy.
Yeah, that's what I'll go with.
Really, really convinced me that I think this could be worth it in a comedy fashion.
Do you know it? It's interesting you say that, because before I knew it was a Netflix film, I just assumed it was, because of your love of Hallmark films.
Yeah,
I thought it was just one of those, and that kind of plays into what you're saying, Ted, because you love them. You enjoy them.
A lot of them are on in my house, so I end up finding some enjoyment out of them somehow. Yeah. Speaking of enjoyment, Jimmy, going back to Santa Sleigh and the writer and director of that never making anything again, I thought, well, let's compare this to Santa Girl and see whether the people who wrote and directed this made more. And yes, they have had a career after that, including released this year another Christmas movie called
Single All the Way.
Cupid for Christmas. And in this one, Cupid, the god of love, is burned out. He wants desperately to retire and hand the bow and arrow over to his protege, the well-meaning, romantic, and completely hapless Ruby. And it's at Christmas time. So, maybe there's something that we can...
What's that watchable on?
I found it on IMDb, so I'll have a look and see whether it is watchable anywhere. But yeah, we might have a follow-up.
Because I watch, as I say, I watch YouTube a lot with the guys from Red Letter Media, and they watch a lot of bad films. And one of their criteria for a good bad film is people who think they're making a good film.
Yeah.
And it's bad. They don't know it's bad. They think, and that's the difference with Santa's Sleigh. I think they all thought that this is good. This is good fun. This is funny, and this is that. Whereas that is, I think they're really trying and failing massively.
For anyone who like does streaming and stuff like that, we often say, "What's it streaming on?" There's a great app out there called Just Watch, and it does most of the streaming services, like all things right way down to BFI Player. And I've never searched a movie or TV show that it hasn't told me. I mean, even if it's not on streaming, it will say that Cupid at Christmas isn't on there. So I don't know what that says about it, but yeah, we'll find it. I'll write it down somewhere, and when that's available, we'll get a watch of it. But yeah, I'm quite into the idea of watching Santa Girl.
Give it work. Do you know it's not hard to watch, and you can laugh and talk about it with your partner as you watch it. So it is good like that. You know, we had a laugh. You know, both of you can see the issues with it, so you can take the piss as you go. And also, there's weird little cuts in it where they cut just closer. They're like glitches, but I don't think they are glitches. It's very weird. It just sort of cuts in suddenly on someone's face.
Use the same level of editing skills that I have, so they're probably using the free DaVinci Resolve to do it, and they're just like, "Fuck it, just put a cut there."
Oh, is this?
Oh,
can you hear this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely getting.
This is Cupid for Christmas, whatever it was.
Oh shit, he's Ace.
No one believes in soulmates. No one believes in love at first sight. No one even believes in true love. Come on.
All right, I'll give you one more chance, and I've got the perfect case for you. Charlie Conrad, college
I'm
professor.
guessing he's
We call him
Cupid
the anomaly. Sorry, what? He's unmatchable.
There's someone for everyone.
If you can find romance for this guy,
I mean,
you are worthy of being the god of love.
Hey, Charlie, I'm what you could call a matchmaker. Don't you want a sweetheart to spend Christmas with?
No, I do not want that.
Class project.
Trying to set Professor Conrad up like on a date?
More than that. Love, you're not.
I'm in on this.
You're actually
So am
super
I.
cute.
Really?
Sign me up.
Is magic. You're not allowed to use an arrow on me or anything.
It's like Hawkeye.
You're not hopeless. I think you're really great.
Really
But better.
When the clock strikes midnight on Christmas
He's
Eve,
awful.
you
Why
will
is his
either
hair
take
so
my
bad?
place as the god of love, or you won't.
And don't get me wrong, I'm in on this. I think it looks shit, but shit in a good way. I really
That
am.
looks
That's
better
why
than
I'm
that looks better than Santa Girl or
But
whatever
the
it
thing
was.
is,
I watched.
you'd hope that, wouldn't you? You'd hope that they come out with their early effort and they learn from it and they make a better follow up.
That guy though, in it, I can never remember his name, but he's in Curb Your Enthusiasm. He was in Spin City. Like he's funny guy.
It's a shame on the Christmas movies front. I didn't watch this, so I'm only going to touch it very, very briefly. It was me and Lacey were recording an episode this week, and Andrew really loves Christmas movies, and she'll watch most of these, and she loves them, but like she kind of mocks them. But I come downstairs after we were recording, and she just kind of had this look on her face, and I was just like, "What's the matter?" And she went, "I don't really understand what I just watched." I said, "What do you mean?" And she said, and I think it was called A Miracle at Christmas, but she described, and this was her words, I'm not saying it, the premise is the movie starts, a lass dies, then later on the fella dies, the end. And I'm like, didn't sound very Christmassy to me, but yeah, I think there's some Christmas shenanigans in between. But yeah, it was she got that. But yeah, I do like these Christmas schlocky stuff. So Santa Girl and Cupid at Christmas are on my list.
I'm going to try and find Cupid at Christmas. Lacey, are you muted, buddy?
I am muted. He was. So I am muted, Lacey. Sorry.
Yeah,
But yeah, Santa Girl. It's actually. Do you know? Yeah, it is. It's not so bad. It's good. It's so bad. It's a funny little watch if you don't really care about what you're watching that night and you want to wrap some presents with some shit on and laugh at it.
Cool.
See, I just watch South Park and watch the Christmas specials and watch Critters Christmas.
Yeah, but they're good though, aren't they? You
They
know,
are.
like they're written in a way to be good. Sometimes I want something that is like, as you said there, Jimmy. Like I'm sure for a lot of these, the people think they are making their masterpiece, but they're just not very good at it. And sometimes that's the funny thing, isn't it? Like they're so inept that it becomes humorous. But yeah, I'm bang on for that. And P.S. I watched Love Hard while we're talking Christmas thing because you watched that a couple of weeks ago, didn't you? And yeah, we watched that at the weekend. it's a strange little movie, isn't it? I won't go into depth because I think you covered it very, very well. But it's not atrocious, is it? But it's an odd old affair. That there are some plot points in it and some things that they touch on. We just go,
yeah.
Did you think this through? But
do you know what that Santa's girl, whatever it's called, I think's a more fun watch than Love Hard.
Good.
Like Love Hard, I thought was okay. I thought I thought there was a good film in there somewhere. Whereas Santa Girl, there's not. It's just dross, and you can just sort of watch it and laugh at it.
And for you boys who haven't watched Love Hard, and sorry, this is directed probably more at you, Jimmy, but one of the things I've become fascinated when I was watching it is, as you said, the story is like about catfishing, isn't it? And it's the lass, like the pretty girl goes and the guy isn't the guy that he portrayed himself as. And I spent most of the movie thinking, she looks way too old for him.
Yeah.
And I just got absolutely fixated. And don't get me wrong, she doesn't look old, but he looked very young. She looked like she shouldn't have been trying to date him. And and that wasn't a plot point. I couldn't get that out of my head all the way through. But
that's fair.
Yeah.
That's a fair shout. So it looks like Cupid at Christmas is Jimmy's next film.
Well, and so if we can find it.
Yeah, I'll
It
do
said
that hunting
Hulu.
afterwards.
So I don't know if that means
That'll come to Disney Plus, wouldn't it?
Disney Plus over here. I don't know.
I don't know
Who
because
knows?
not everything on Hulu.
Yeah, but a big release like this is
actually
going to
owned
make
by
it, isn't it?
No, but isn't half of Hulu CBS, which isn't actually owned by Disney?
They're not going to leave a sweet treat like that on the vine, though, are they? They're going to bring that over.
It might turn up on Stars. We can hope.
Right. Well, shall we talk about Hawkeye?
Yes, we
Just
need
kind of
to
catch up.
Hawkeye because
Catch up on Hawkeye because we obviously didn't record last week. We've had this week's
4 and 5, haven't we? We
Yeah.
haven't 4 either, did we?
no, we haven't, the last one we spoke about was 3. It's the finale next Wednesday or this coming Wednesday. Sorry.
Is it
no,
already?
actually,
Past Wednesday.
It was,
the finale.
the
would have-
finale 2 days ago, but we don't want to talk about that yet.
Yes.
Seeing it's Christmas Eve.
In the past future.
Hawkeye. I really I'm trying to remember back to episodes 4 and 5 now. 4 I really enjoyed actually. So in episode 4 that's we kind of it built to this climactic battle between Hawkeye, Kate Bishop, what's the deaf girl's name? Echo, and Yelena. She obviously came into it following the events of Black Widow. She said she was going off to kill Clint. And we kind of got this climactic rooftop battle between everyone.
It's about 2/3, isn't it? I think about 2/3 of the episode is I'd say still in that kind of core story we've had so far, isn't it? It's like the Kate, the family, the Echo stuff and things like that. And as you say, when it gets to that rooftop battle, that's when we get the Black Widow kind of thrown into the mix, isn't it?
Because obviously pre that is where Kate said Hawkeye and Kate work out about the fact that the stepdad or boyfriend or whatever he fucking is at this point is the money behind the tracksuit mafia.
Yes, he's the CEO of a company called Sloan Capital. Is it?
That's
Sloan
right.
Capital?
Which is paying the tracksuit guys.
Tracksuit mafia.
Yeah.
And then it turns into a fight with Echo on the roof, and the Black Widow gets unmasked.
But sorry if I'm a bit loud. What I enjoyed about specifically episode 4, and I think I touched on this briefly with you, Seddon, is how I think we've had criticism in the past about why isn't Clint just fucked off home for Christmas? Why is he staying around? Why is he why has he not taken Kate Bishop under his wing of a sorts? Why is he still trying to get involved with things with her? And it feeds back, alludes to that him feeding back into his guilt over, the death of Natasha, I think, in Endgame. And how
they did
that
do quite
has
a bit
made
of that
him...
in 4, don't they? You're right, Stu. They even have a kind of couple of flashback moments, don't they? They kind of key into that a bit.
and that's particularly what I enjoyed, is kind of feeding into that, the motivation as to why you stick around. It added a bit more context to everything for me, which kind of probably was lacking in the first 3 episodes at that point. So yeah, I really enjoyed episode 4. I guess I'll hand it over to you boys.
Can I just say on that, exactly that point you made there, though, because as critical as I've been about I've got to get home to my family at Christmas. The weird thing was, I felt in episode 4, they did have this tonal shift where I think they had a little bit more basis for probably being a bit more risk to Kate and as I say, some of this guilt around Natasha.
Yeah.
But then it almost felt like he'd forgotten about going home to his family for Christmas. Yeah. It almost felt like just like, I don't give a shit about them anymore. So yeah, I don't know, a weird kind of balance thing for me on it. But 4 maintained the run of bad episodes for me. I thought 4 was worse than 3, and a shame, because one of the things that really tipped it into the bad category for me was the introduction of Black Widow Yelena into it. I would go back to like wrestling parlance. I would say that's one of the worst debuts I've ever seen. They absolutely screwed it. I think it had no oomph behind it, no pomp, no circumstance for someone that from the back of that movie you're trying to make into this grand character, and then she's just kind of in the roof, and she just has a random fight with 3 people who are a lot less trained than her. And okay, they don't beat her, but and I know they touch a bit on this in 5, but they kind of go a bit toe to toe with her. When in reality, if you're introducing her, she should have come and she should have kicked the fuck out of all of them.
I'm with you there, Sed. I'm with you there.
Yeah.
It could have been a bit bigger. She just seemed like another person on a similar vibe to the other 3. So
do you think
she felt like she had the right level of threat to her at that point?
Do you think it would have played better if they didn't have that, and then maybe introduced her how they did in the 5th episode? I thought she was great.
I liked her in the 5th. I thought she was great in the 5th.
Yeah,
that scene when she kind of just appeared in Kate Bishop's house, I thought it was great.
So as I've said, like when we did it on the last regular episode, I really have not enjoyed this series so far. Episode 4 was a slog to me, and when they brought in Yelena and that sort of bit, I was like, oh, now we're just plugging it into the movie because that's what they have to do. Episode 5 completely fucking changed the thing. I really fucking liked 5. I will say now, New Year's issue of the comic book is us talking about the comic book run that this is sort of linked
Based
to.
And
I think that's the one that on 6 you get like the most awesomeness of the Tracksuit Mafia again. And at that point, the Black Widow tie-in makes a lot more sense and is fleshed out and fits in with the MCU. Because one of the things we say about in the spoilers, because it's going to be out after this, the Hawkeye comic book show is the differential between the TV series, film universe, and where the comics were.
In comics.
Where the comic was at the time. And episode 5 is the one that links the comic book plus the film universe together in a way where it works. And this was the one where I was like, I'm in on this now. I like. It was the first episode that I've actually enjoyed. I will say I enjoyed, because so far to me, this Hawkeye series is there with Winter Soldier and Falcon as like basement level.
I'll go with you, Chris. Not huge amounts have sort of happened. It's been a bit like just some filler. I feel I've enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. I have enjoyed it as just some popcorn, munching fun. And I like Renner, and I like the girl, and I like the swordsman. But I agree. I think this episode 5 stepped it up a level. She was great in it. Yeah, as you say, Stu, the scene with her when she turns up and she keeps calling her Kate Bishop, and she, she says, "I would have killed you." Yeah, you'd be dead, but yeah, because you'd be dead. I'd be dead by now. Yeah, exactly. That was really nice. I'm still not quite sure why she's so willing to kill Clint. Like, I guess she thinks she didn't try hard enough.
That's a throwback. That's a throwback to the end of Black Widow, where she gets told that Clint killed her sister, so it's a vengeance mission. Well, technically, she let herself go.
Yeah, didn't she cut her
sacrificed herself.
He could have tried harder to kill himself.
He says he's played it out. He's played it out in many ways in his mind and doesn't know how he could have done it.
But she wasn't there because that happened in the other side of the universe. And as far as she knows, him and Black Widow went somewhere. He come back. She didn't.
Yeah.
So she's fine to kill him because she's a killer.
Yeah.
One moment I thought was fucking amazing was the blip bit at the start.
Yeah.
Where you kind of
enjoyed that.
Experienced the blip through her eyes, and just like everything kind of just morphing around her, and then just the mind fuck that she's been away for 5 years, but it felt like seconds to her.
I think and a show that's built off the back of great accent work. I think there is a degree where you could mock Florence Pugh's accent work a little bit because it is quite
I'm
fine with it.
Heavy.
Have you heard her trying to be Paige?
But I think she is in this episode. I think she is fucking brilliant, and I think she makes this episode brilliant, and I think she pulls us in. And unfortunately, I think she acts it out the park so much that she makes the others look bad. In that scene with her and Hayley Steinfeld, who I do think is a good actress, I think, oh my God, why couldn't I had a Black Widow series with her rather than having to sat through 4 episodes of what we've had so far? Because I think she was that good in this.
The stuff with the fight when Ronan turned up as well, and he just easily dismantled everyone. It does sort of make you go, who's he really fighting against? Like, no one really matters here. He's just sort of like wandering his way through it. Like, you go, I did think, like, why hasn't he just fucking done all these people? Or why isn't he staying at Stark Tower? I know he's not staying at Stark, but how has he not got more mates than that LARPing bloke in New York? Maybe, I know he's staying undercover or whatever, but...
Watch the New Year's Hawkeye comic, Seddon and Lacey comic stash, and we go into that because I think they're trying to lean into the comic book story, and there are reasons why he doesn't live in Stark Tower and the comic book story. So I think that, but I don't think they set that out very well in the TV show, and I think that's quite kind of problematic. But I think you're spot on there. Some of it just doesn't feel quite right. How do we feel about Echo, like at this stage? Because
shit, I don't know. I can't get on.
See, the thing is, I said, like, when we did the last recap on it, I really like that 5-minute.
Yes, Lacey, I agree. I thought that was great. Her little
recap of her who she is and how she's got to where she is. But they've really not fucking done much with her since.
It's strange because as much as I liked episode 5, and I think we all kind of liked it, or we quite liked 5, and we liked the end of 4, and then obviously they'd layered in this Black Widow stuff at the end of the Black Widow movie. It feels like they've now crammed that bit of the story, and I know there's more bits to come, into that kind of 3.5 episodes. And so then, like, they kind of intro Echo, they give her, like, however people feel about it, they give her a little bit of backstory, and then now she's just kind of a bit of a jobber villain in it, isn't she?
Yeah.
Because she's had a hiding a few times, and you kind of go, she was now, and it's a shame. And I almost felt, you said, Stu, about introducing Black Widow maybe in episode 5. Maybe introducing her with that exact scene where she's in Kate Bishop's house. And I think that would have been an excellent way to introduce her. Her just sat there eating macaroni and basically going, I could fucking kill you instantaneously, but I'm not going to. But I think maybe that needed to happen.
Episode 1.
Say later. Or you either go with the Black Widow story, or I think you go with the Echo story. But what I feel like we're now going to get in episode 6 is Black Widow becoming a bit chummy with all of them as they go off and they take on, we're right for spoilers, aren't they? To take on the Kingpin. And it feels like we said sometimes, and you compared it to Falcon and Winter Soldier earlier, Chris, is that Falcon and Winter Soldier, I think, tried to do too much in too short a time. And actually, they'd have been better off focusing on 1 or 2 bits of that story and let it progress a bit better.
See, what I would have liked is we'd have got the whole sort of Echo shit and the Tracksuit Mafia stuff. And then the last 5 minutes of episode 6 being Widow in Kate's house, giving it,
yeah,
I know who you are. I'm making food. I'm not going to fucking kill you, but I could if I want. Fuck you. That's the end of it. There's season 2. Though,
we
one
needed
thing
a
I
sequel.
do want to just jump in because before I forget, this episode 5 has the greatest moment of the Tracksuit Mafia with them Run DMC Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas in
Royal
Hollis.
Tenenbaums.
Yeah, that gag is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
All about that.
See, I haven't been feeling the Tracksuit Mafia. I don't know. It's just they just come across as perhaps this is the intent.
They're jobbers, aren't they?
Right.
Jobbers who are rubbish.
They are. They're goons. They're just absolute joke goons.
But maybe you'd like the jobbers more if there was that threat, because there's no big threat, is there, at the moment? Because Echo's done. We should have seen Echo slaughtering people, and I know they're not because they want her to have her own show. But if she was a genuine threat, if they would have had that build up to the four, Clint and Echo and Black Widow coming together, they should have had all 3 of them coming down 3 different roads, slaughtering people to get to each other, like just doing damage to so many people. So when they get to each other, you're like, Jesus Christ, these 3 are insanely good at what they do. And then some sort of fight, and then, I don't know, little Kaylee Steinfeld could have blown them all up with an arrow that separates them, and then they go. So you're like, shit, they're on level peggings. Who's the toughest here? You know.
I just like on the Hayley Steinfeld front. I mean, I think she's a really good actress. I just don't like what they've done with Kate Bishop in this. However, as much as I think Florence Pugh taught them all an acting lesson in that scene, I will say post that scene, I thought they did really good stuff with Bishop, and I think Steinfeld was really good after that. I think when they kind of showed her as going back home, and I think she then had that self-doubt, and all of a sudden it was like, I've let people down. I think I saw something that wasn't the Japester fangirl that we'd seen up until that point. So that gave me a bit of promise going forward. So I feel like they had a proper good character moment for her. And again, I think she came across as like legitimately shook up post Black Widow. I think she kind of went, oh shit, I'm in a world I shouldn't be. And I thought she was very good in the second half of this episode onwards. And a shame we've only got 1 more episode, because I'm now I'd like to see 2 or 3 more episodes of her now. But I feel like the stuff I've liked has just come too late for me.
See, Stu, the one thing I will say to you, you saying about like you're not feeling the Tracksuit Mafia, read them in the comic.
Bro. How can you not feel the Tracksuit Mafia, bro?
They fucking like up here level of like class goon, like just they are fucking great.
But why?
Right, they are right. You've played GTA 4, yeah?
Yeah.
Nico and Roman.
Yeah.
They are them.
Okay.
But as a
I'm with Chris on this. I like him for that. I like the idea of having like hoods. People that if I went down to Ipswich town centre right now, I could probably find some people who were
Anglia Square
like
in Norwich,
as much as a threat as they are.
I am 100% with Chris Lacey and Jack Daniels. I think these are good. These are good villains. I really liked the chap talking to Hayley Steinfeld last week about that he's bought his missus.
Yeah.
Oh, it was in episode 3,
Killing Dragons, was it?
Yeah, it was episode 3.
Imagine
Dragons ticket.
Yeah,
that's a nice thing to do, right?
When they're stuck on the fucking rocking horse thing. Yeah, they are amazing.
And they're good fun.
Fucking
They've got character,
villain.
haven't they?
Yeah,
they're funny.
And as I said, the comic run just is great. And for that, again, promo to the New Year's episode.
Chilling.
You can get the fucker in that like W. Smith for a tenner. It has the first 6 episode issues of the Hawkeye run, and it's a great fucking entry point to it, and there is a link between the TV show and this, and it will expand on the Tracksuit Mafia, which the thing is, after reading it, because I read it after episode 3, I've now enjoyed the Tracksuit Mafia more post reading
I know it
the
sounds
Hawkeye book.
A bit daft because obviously it's Christmas Eve and we've seen the finale now, so we know what happens.
Yeah,
We're
just not telling you.
Where do we think? Not necessarily this story, but where do we think they go from here? I mean, I know there's projects already announced, but like, do we think this is maybe coming towards the end of Renner, and actually, like, Kate will take up the mantle of Hawkeye post this and become like the Hawkeye, and Yelena as Black Widow, and
I would love that. You saying that, I think if they could somehow, for example, if they got Kingpin, they could kill like 2 birds with 1 stone here, quite literally. If if they killed Renner as Hawkeye, and Kingpin being involved with that, you get a a legitimate bad guy antagonist, which I think a lot of these Marvel TV shows have lacked, and probably why I don't like the Tracksuit Mafia. I'm covering a lot of points here. I appreciate is maybe because I want a bad guy I can get behind, and the Tracksuit Mafia. I think for me they're too jokey. Perhaps that's how they're meant to be. I don't know, but in a show which is lacking a main bad guy,
Echo's supposed to kind of technically be that at that stage.
She's not.
Echo's
no, she's not
their leader.
And the Kingpin in Daredevil was incredible. Stu, did you watch Daredevil?
I only got like halfway through the first series.
Well, that's the other. Are we talking the film or the TV series?
No, the TV series.
I've seen Batfleck's Daredevil. I haven't actually watched the TV series.
Oh, it's fucking brilliant.
I think.
Do I need to go back and watch that?
Yeah, you do.
And,
you do. It
like
is really
all the
good.
other Netflix stuff.
Not all of it. No.
Just some of it. Yeah. There's some that you really need to avoid because some of it's not so good.
Just Daredevil.
I did start
and
watching
Jessica Jones.
Punisher, and I wasn't impressed.
I thought it was alright. I thought Punisher was okay.
The Punisher in Daredevil is great because he started in Daredevil and he was really good. Everyone in Daredevil is great, and the guy who plays the Kingpin from Full Metal Jacket and loads of stuff, isn't it? He's Jurassic World, and he's a fucking brilliant actor. His Kingpin is terrifying.
We're saying about where do we go from here, and obviously I said about like Hawkeye and all that, but of course, like I imagine with what this is, and bearing in mind there's only one episode to go, that now that the Daredevil's in Daredevil, now that the Kingpin is in it, again, I presume in follow-up TV. I mean, I would imagine that maybe his kind of tendrils will appear in lots of them. We've got things like Miss Marvel coming up, and I don't think he'll necessarily be the direct, but it gives me a lot of hope for like the kind of the TV universe. I guess is that he could be the Thanos of the TV universe to a degree.
Great point.
Yeah, I like the idea of that.
Just on a tangent, you mentioning Thanos. Hawkeye having the Thanos was right cup. I loved that little fucking moment.
Oh, I didn't see that. What happened?
So when he's drinking margaritas in episode 4, he has a coffee cup which is purple, and on it says Thanos was right.
Oh, I didn't notice that. I saw him say Thanos was right in the toilet when he went and took a piss in the toilet. But I didn't see on the coffee
cup that he's drinking is frozen margaritas out of. It says Thanos was right.
Nice little.
So
there's some good stuff in this, isn't there?
There is.
And again, I think like the mileage may vary, and we might have different things that we do. But again, I think there's it's just a little bit too unfocused. I think for me, I think it's trying to do possibly too many things, and it might have been better off. I think you either don't have the Black Widow stuff, or you maybe have that more as a focus, and you don't have the Echo stuff. Echo almost feels redundant now because the threat is Black Widow / Kingpin, and I think it was too soon for. It kind of maybe felt like the first 3 episodes were a bit of a waste because of that. Now you almost go, why did I have that? But yeah, I think there's some good stuff there, and I do feel like it's setting some of these actors and some of these characters on a path that has some promise going forward in the cinematic universe and the TV universe.
Yeah.
And watch Daredevil on Netflix. Brilliant.
Well summed up there, Seddon, I think.
Yes, Seddon. No, we'll do as I'm told.
That was our what you've been playing and watching. We covered everything we want to do there, didn't we?
Yeah.
And
we're happy to move on.
And more, because
we're at 3 hours.
We cannot follow rules.
No.
It's been lovely spending Christmas Eve with you boys, though. I want that on record.
Well, it's cheaper than going to the pub. I've got the Jack Daniels here.
No, you have, mate. So...
Yeah,
you don't anymore.
Don't punch your missus in the eye and let her lose her sight for 6 months.
To be fair, I think she'd punch me back.
Right, bird news. Festive bird news for you.
Crikey, man.
Oh, fucking hell, yeah.
I was excited about this.
I wouldn't let you down, boys. I wouldn't let you down. Right. It's turkey themed, as you probably would imagine. Sorry for these ads. Footage of CNN reporter Anna Stewart having her bum pinched by a naughty turkey at Kelly Bronze Farm in Essex has left viewers howling.
Essex, didn't it? It was always going to be Essex, wasn't it?
I love this.
Especially,
it always left viewers howling.
It has. This is a great video. It's the after gobbling that really kind of makes it for me. There's no real context. Further context. She was in a field of turkeys, a turkey gooster, and let's enjoy the resulting.
Let's watch those trailers first. Roll them. I'll be amazed if we get the video straight away.
Yes, always.
How are we going to play?
That said, though, I mean, brilliant show. I'm very excited. I thought it might be a Bernard Matthews, Bernard Matthews story. I've heard he's very close to producing the first 10p turkey.
We're getting there. 8, 7, 6,
5. This is the Christmas Day build up. 3, 2.
Go. Shoot.
Shortage of poultry.
That's perfect timing, isn't it? You couldn't rehearse that, could you? Yeah,
that's
you
great.
Get them that's not one of they didn't spend hours getting them tasty. They perfectly timed, bless them.
Do it again. I'm doing it again. I want to see.
Yeah.
Do it again.
You just want that advert again, didn't you?
I like the way she's sort of dressed the same as them as well. Like they've
they've
all got pink heads and dark midriffs. Let's get it again.
Oh, load it out, for fuck's sake. Doesn't work, is it? Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, make it big, Stu.
Daily Star.
Subscribe.
I hadn't known that at first.
As if you haven't subscribed already.
Oh, I've clicked on the ad itself. Christ.
You get pop-ups for games now.
There's a game called Toilet Roll. I think we should get that. That'll be on the Twitch stream before you know it.
We'll do the noises this time. Don't worry.
It's pinch my ass.
I mean, I love the fact that earlier, Stu, you said it's the goblin I like afterwards. I was going to go, we need to cut that. And the goblin I like afterwards. Mm-hmm. Like something from a fucking Carry On movie.
It's on the Renaissance Clips channel coming in 2022.
Here we go.
So when you press play, I thought we'd get the advert again.
Oh, hang on. Shush.
We're ready.
A shortage of poultry.
It's good.
Quality.
And shortly afterwards, they all got slaughtered to be eaten.
Bernard Matthews has made them into fucking turkey drumsticks and turkey dinosaurs as we speak.
As if there's turkey in turkey drumsticks, you buffoon.
Do you reckon she stood still and then the turkeys gathered around her? Or do you reckon she was just kicking them all out the way to get in the middle of it? Get my fucking way. I want to be in the middle of this shot. Yeah. That's why they
There's the weirdest noise we've ever made.
Spoilers. That's the question for the new year.
I mean, that's not only our bird news. That was
because
her
I
bird
know
news.
what the weirdest noise Stu ever made was, so I'm going to give an answer specifically for Stu as well. He did it in my house.
Oh yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can even get a sound effect that sounds just like it.
Well, get it ready for the new year, Seddon.
Yeah,
Get it ready.
I've got it ready. Yeah.
Getting slated for that. No. I wasn't well.
No, he wasn't well. Bless him.
Oh Christ! Thinking of that, I've probably got sound effects of the weirdest noise I've made as well. Oh God! Stop filming me!
I think your impression of the two fat ladies from earlier has got to be with a shout.
Stop filming me, darling. I'm cooking this turkey.
I'm so enjoying the fact I'm going to miss the first episode of the new year because I've got the boy.
Apologies for the Daily Mail, but again,
I like the way we didn't apologise for the star though.
No.
That was a quality giver of news.
Forest Hump.
Is this our own finally?
This is our own finally story.
Ah.
Runaway camel. It's not bird news, is it, Jimmy? Runaway camel causes chaos after breaking free from a live drive-through nativity and ran around a golf course chased by cops in a bucket.
It's got to be in America.
Oh yes. Let's
come.
Gin.
Stroke the wheat, reap the crop.
And now from our sponsors, Ramsbury Gin.
Gin.
Drinks sustainably.
Gin.
After I've been to a drive-through,
no, I don't understand the idea because drive-through means you're not staying.
There goes. I'm having it, mate. See ya.
Just a camel running down the freeway.
Thing is, though, in America, surprised he got that far without someone getting the gun out and taking him down.
Just
Why
strolling
are
around
they
the golf
just
course.
fucking like bad metal?
That's where he's going, mate. He's heading to a new metal continent.
There's obviously Fozzy.
No, they're not touring anymore. He's been told not to sing, hasn't he?
He never did sing.
Wind your neck in. There he goes.
Wow.
He's just been all over the place, you
Got
know.
a nice little pace on him as well when he gets going.
I didn't realise camels were that quick, to be honest.
Well, they raced them in somewhere else. Abu Dhabi, yeah. They raced camels, didn't they?
Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi.
Abu
Blade jar
Dhabi.
candle giving away what someone's got for Christmas this year.
But I don't think they have humans riding the camels. They don't have. They did have monkeys, but then
Yeah,
I
I
think they
remember
replaced
seeing
the
the
monkeys
movie
with robots.
Really?
Yeah, the monkeys were freaking no. It was too dangerous for the monkeys, so they moved it to robots. But they didn't like the robots, so they had to make the robots look like monkeys or something like that. I may have dreamt all of that.
I just
I
googled.
think that sounds like a really bad fever dream.
I just googled drive-through nativity because I was quite interested, and the explanatory thing seems to be is that you drive somewhere and watch a nativity. That's a drive-in nativity, isn't it? They've got the terminology wrong. Drive-through is I'd like a burger, please, and then I go.
I'd like a baby Jesus.
Yeah.
give me the baby Jesus and some frankincense, please. And I shall go.
Yeah. You're right. Drive in. It's drive in, isn't it?
Yep. There we go. That's our Christmas 2021 Christmas spectacular in the bag. I like to think you'd agree it's been spectacular. I don't think we're selling ourselves.
I'm most surprised that the batteries on this lasted as long as this fucking show has. Like, I thought that'd give up the ghost halfway through.
All I want to say, I want to wish you boys all a Merry Christmas. You know, I hope you wake up tomorrow and unwrap. What? You might not. Did you?
Might not wake up.
I'm going with the amount.
Oh, okay.
Merry
Christmas.
That's not going to last tonight. I might wake up tomorrow afternoon. Does that count?
Well,
He just hopes you wake up at some point, Chris.
I'll have opened my presents by the time you've woken up.
I'm waiting till the evening with Luke Baxter.
Chris.
Sorry, Chris. Sorry, Chris. I know Chris. I do know a Luke Baxter as well. No, sorry, Stu. You were saying you want to wish us a Merry Christmas.
I do. Yeah, we wish both yourselves and our listeners all a very Merry Christmas. 2021 has been a strange old year again, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
But I guess all we can do is hope
this
for
time last year, and we were obviously I was on here with you, Stu. And I think had you started at this point, Jimmy, or did you come in? I can't remember when, but I'm sure we were going kind of like, maybe in the new year things will get a bit better. We were wrong. We were so wrong.
We were. But you said I was talking to Amanda. COVID and all that seemed a million miles away in the summer, wasn't it?
Yeah,
the heady days of the European Championships and all that. And then just
Dickheads
kind of
running on the pitch.
Yeah. And then it's kind of gone to shit again, isn't it? But never mind, eh?
We've still got each other and we've still got this show, and that's makes me happy.
Yeah.
We're here. We have beer. Get used to it.
Yeah. So, a couple of bits, just like for a fucking moment for me to sort of think. I want to thank Stu first because just sort of going, dude, do you want to jump on and fucking cover me while I want a couple of weeks off.
Cover me in jizz. That's what I thought he was going to go with. Sorry. Not very Christmassy, but that's where my mind went.
No. But thanks to him sort of just wanting a couple of weeks off, I'm now in this and this is fucking fun.
Good.
And it has meant that we've then got me and Seddon doing a comic show and I'm all for doing more weird and wonderful shit with you lot because it's fun to be around you, and it's been a few months.
He's talking about me, you pricks.
But cheers to all of you.
Cheers! I'll drink to
so
that.
Fucking
with my
welcoming.
Bottle.
Yeah,
But
yours. And again,
welcome. Cheers, everyone.
Same as thanks to all of you. You do make you make Friday nights and whatever nights we ever record. I think it's good.
Just call me the Dream Maker. That's
Maker.
I just wanted to get that in.
I appreciate that, Chris. No, I really do. You won't remember saying that, but I
the good thing is
you can watch it.
I'm not gone through that much just yet. I can remember what I'm saying now. Give it an hour or two.
No, thank you, mate.
Then maybe not.
Give an hour or two when he's saying it to you on WhatsApp in a certainly more salacious way. You won't remember that.
I don't know what it's saying, but it's saying something.
But I mean it.
Yeah, but no, I appreciate that, and you've been a good addition. So thank you for coming on board, and it's all good. Anything else?
I remember a year ago, Stu, when there was nothing on your shelf in the background. Look at it now. Look at your shelf. It's growing with things. And still, one of my favorite podcast moments of this year was one of the watchers of this show. I met them in person because I work with them, and they sort of went, "Yeah, it must be tough for Stu." And I said, "What do you mean it must be tough for Stu?" And he said, "Well, having to record, and you guys do go on, and he records in his kid's bedroom, doesn't he?" And I was like, "Nope. It's not his kid's bedroom."
I guess they thought that was a single bed behind you. Stu, please tell me you and Amanda don't sleep in a single bed.
No, we don't.
No, she sleeps on the floor.
Oh, that is funny. That's funny. You have to tell me who that was then. Is anyone I know?
The thing is, no. But you can get to know him. I can introduce him. Very nice man. But I say this like in the kid's bedroom as I look behind me. And
yeah, actually, yeah. To be fair, Jimmy's is worse, I think.
Yeah, well, I didn't even do this. The wife did this. I want my home looking like an adult's home, but we just keep filling it with toys. I went around. Oh, yeah.
No, go on, Jimmy.
I was going to say I saw my parents 2 days ago. My mum's been ill inside, only with a cold. It's not been, COVID. But I was chatting to my birthday's coming up in what day is it today? The 24th.
24th.
24th. So my birthday's in I don't know. It's on the 28th of December. 4 days. And my mum said, "Have you had a think about what you want for your birthday? What do you want for your birthday?" I was like, she went, "Because I don't want to just get you more crap, And my dad went, "But he likes crap." And I was like, "Yeah, I do like crap. Like, I don't." She was like, "No, but I could pay for something in your house." And my dad was like, "But he likes crap." I'm like, "Yeah, get me more crap behind me. I like shit. Yeah. If there's something I need, I'll buy it. Get me some crap."
Exactly. That's my philosophy too. If I want it, I'll get it.
Yeah.
Get me some chintzy stuff, Get me Lego. Anyway, yeah, let's wrap this up because we've gone long.
Didn't expect anything different.
No, to be fair, it's the Christmas special, and why not? Why not? Anyway, my thanks to you all for joining me this week. The audio of this will be available on podcast feeds. I guess at the same time. Thinking about it, yeah, I'll release it all at the same time. Until we should mention the stiffies, I suppose.
Yeah, stiffies.
Yeah, so we're going to have our annual. Well, I say annual. We've done one, and we're doing another. So I guess that classes as annual.
The fucking national institution now, isn't it?
Did you not do one the year before? I'm pretty sure you did one the year before.
I don't think so.
No, it was just the one last year was so long you thought it must have been 2 years.
So we're going to do.
I thought you did an awards thing like.
Oh, we might.
The year before, but it wasn't sort of spread out over.
It might be
days
better each. You were more botchcasty back then, I think. But
possibly, I don't know. But yeah, on so tomorrow, the first release of 4 episodes, award show episodes. Just kind of reviewing our entertainment year, I guess. Our best picks from 2021. So in the usual style, there'll be shorter episodes, but released one a day. So
sorry, I'm laughing because we haven't recorded them yet. I'm laughing at the concept of Stu going, "Yeah, there'll be shorter episodes."
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, there won't be 4 hours.
4 hours.
There'll be 4 individual 1-hour shows. That's what they'll be.
Anyway, look forward to that. Yeah, have a Merry Christmas, everyone. Please take care and goodbye.
Drink responsibly.
It was Christmas Eve, babe, in the drunk tank. An old man said to me, "Won't see another one." And then he sang a song, the rare old mountain dew. I turned my face away and dreamed about you. Got on a lucky one, came in 18 to 1. I've got a feeling this year's for me and you. So happy Christmas, I love you, baby. I can see a better time when all our dreams come true.
They got cars big as bars, they got rivers of gold, but the wind goes right through you, it's no place for the old. When you first took my hand on a cold Christmas Eve, you promised me Broadway was waiting for me. You were handsome,
You were pretty queen of New York City. When the band finished playing, they held out for more. Sinatra was swinging, all the drums they were singing. We kissed on the corner, then danced through the night. The boys of the NYPD choir were singing, "Go away, babe," and the bells were ringing out for Christmas Day.
you're a bum, you're a punk,
You're an old slut and junk lying there, almost dead on a drip in that bed.
you scumbag, you maggot, you cheap, lousy faggot. Happy Christmas, you're ours, I pray God it's our love.
The boys of the NYPD choir still singing, "Go away, babe," and the bells are ringing out for Christmas Day. I could have been someone.
Well, so
kept them with me, babe. I put them with my own. Can't make it all alone. I built my dreams around you. The boys of the NYPD chorus are singing Galway Bay, and the bells are ringing out for Christmas Day.